Hi, everybody. How we
Hello. Hi.
doing? Last live show of the year. How we feeling?
Please say good.
Please say good. Please clap.
Please clap. Kyle, you know I've been going through it, you know?
Yeah.
Been going through
Yeah.
it. Last night I got more news I did not want to see. And that is the actor that plays Holt passed away.
Yeah. I was gonna
Huge bummer.
tell you that, but you were on cast co-op, so
Huge bummer, man. It's like, really?
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it was very sad.
Such so like y'all got to if you haven't watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, you
99?
should, because it's honestly like it is my ultimate. Oh, Joe, this is your comfort like show, like
Yeah.
Office, Parks, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
99?
That's it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How are you doing though, bud? Sorry, I started off a bummer. I
Fine.
pulled a real
Real Stevenson.
Mama Bad Bit mood. You know?
I'm okay.
I because real talk today, I was just secluded in my room playing Baldur's Gate. Beautiful.
Sweet.
Walk downstairs. I'm like, hey mom, what's going on? She's like, oh, and we're looking at the lights. It's a very beautiful moment. We're holding the dog. She's just like, so beautiful. We're so lucky for what we have.
Uh-huh.
And I go, yeah, that's a very beautiful thought. And then she goes, because we could be in ash and rubble right now. And I'm like, jeez. I'm like, what did I tell you the other day, bud? Like
That's wild.
It's wild. Shut your dumb mouth. I'm going through the motions. I think it's the seasonal depression, to be honest.
Fair.
It's hitting us all.
Fair. What up, Stingray? What up, Mackenzie?
What up? Here we are.
Thanks for coming to the last live show of the year.
Ooh, what are the odds?
What a doozy.
What? Hey, we started doing live shows this year. You know
We
that?
sure did. If it was
It was
up to
all
me,
my
we
idea.
would have been doing it a long time ago.
Yeah. It was all my idea. And I was just,
You're playing
take
into
full
every
credit.
insecurity that I'm going through right now, and I don't appreciate
This
it.
is the only way I heal, Kyle. I'm sorry. I don't know why it was made like this. I really don't know why. It's a conversation for a therapist, I'm assured of. Because I was playing Halo Firefight, whatever it's called, the Horde mode with Luke and Captain Logan, and we were having this debate of like they should have put the Xbox logo on that Blade trailer. And he's like, well, what's the point? He's like, it's not even technically like a game yet. Like, it's fine. It's whatever. You should know it's Bethesda. Bethesda's owned by Xbox, whatever. And I, like a dick. Well, okay. I texted my brother, who is not, a gamer like us. He doesn't know the ins and outs of this industry. And I go, hey, Dan, look at this trailer. He looks at it. He's like, oh, looks okay. I'm not a Blade guy. I'm like, yeah, where do you think you're going to be playing that? He's like, probably on my PlayStation. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, bud. That's all I needed to know.
What's up, Kyle Johnson in chat saying good evening, Joe and Kyle?
What up?
Great name. Great name.
Did Logan need that? No. Did that piss him off? Yes. Did I troll him numerous times before? Absolutely, I did. Because I'm broken, and this is the only way I can fix myself. Oh, I'm gonna WandaVisionize for just a second.
I got that Steelbook a few weeks ago. Beautiful steel. The WandaVision season 1.
Oh, real talk. I'm actually tempted to get in that Loki one.
Yeah, that one's great too. I have that one too.
Hey, how are you feeling? Are you riding a high recently?
Of what?
Because you're a physical sicko and you're seeing all like these really
Everyone realized that, physical media is okay to have as an option.
It still holds a purpose. Who would have thought?
Hint, hint, Best Buy, what's up?
What up? Come on. I
Granted,
do think
that the Watchmen thing was an error, and they put
was it?
It was. It's back up. It was an error on their end, but That's just another case as why it's important for physical media to exist.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to completely get rid of digital stuff. I'm just saying make it an option.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Because honestly, when I saw the Watchmen one, I was like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, right?
WB, just give up this chase and just not everybody's made to be a platform. And I think, honest to God, that's what everyone's learning right now.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, some of us are going to have to be, more of the production side of things. And that's just how we're going to live. And, and I think some of them are starting to realize that. I think people like Disney have realized it's way harder being a streaming service than we thought. And we all don't have enough content to satisfy folks. And the content that we do have isn't enough. So it's just, it's going to be really interesting the next 3 years, because I think half of these services are going to go under. Or either you're going to get a wombo combo of the two. Ready? You're going to have half of these services merge into one, and the other half just fade into obscurity. Like, I like Peacock. I'm not going to lie, because, again, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Office, all that. That's going to go the way of the dodo.
No, it's not.
You don't think so?
It's got that WWE money.
Oh, you think WWE's going to hold that thing together?
1,000,000% it is.
That is crazy. You're right, because all the pay-per-views.
Yeah, that's where you go to watch them, is on Peacock if you want to watch them live.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yuna in chat says, are you recording the rest of the shows this week? Yes, we did one yesterday. Yep. We're going to do one as the after show tonight. And then I won't talk to Joe until next year.
It'll be nice for him. Not for me, but for him, much needed.
What's up, Triple G? Dewani, what's up?
Oh,
how we doing? See, that's what you get for poking at me earlier. Yeah, I'm not even going to respond to you.
That's just affirmation.
I'm honestly at this point, area, don't even sit here anymore. I need a week and a half, just like, unless they get a new chair for Christmas or get a new chair, that's fine. But I can't sit in this chair. I can't sit at this desk. I'm counting down the days just a little bit. Not that I'm like, I hate it. I'm very grateful, but
yeah,
if I had a more comfortable chair, oh boy, it'd be a different story.
Well, listen, I don't know what it is like over there, but over here in Jersey, I got gas today for how much? $2.91. The world is starting to heal. It's starting to.
I actually don't remember the last time I drove my car.
Starting to heal. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. All right, I'm ready. You ready?
I'm almost ready.
Stingray goes $2.91. What the hell?
Beautiful. Isn't that beautiful?
Fucking
you what?
Jersey. Ugh.
Yeah. Well, how much is it over there? So
I honestly don't know. I think it's still in the
average $5 over here. Stingray. Where do you live? California?
Let's see. Average.
Oh my God, $2.65 in Indianapolis. Dude, I'm going. I'm moving tonight.
Yeah, by me it's $3.45.
Yeah, Callie. $3.45. Okay.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Dewani, it's $2 a liter in Australia. What is that American? Is that like $30? Sorry, Dewani, I don't know.
oh my God. Yeah.
Oh, 3.8 liters a gallon.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're
island. Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's get to talking PlayStation. Let's fucking do it, all right?
Now that we're just sad about the economy.
I mean, it's getting better.
For Jersey, which is not good for anybody.
Great over here, man. I like it.
Jersey is the armpit of America.
Well, that's not right.
All right,
ready?
We'll see you soon.
Oh, wait. no longer. Greatness has arrived. Welcome to episode 354 of The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it is here where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. Of course, this week we are talking all about 2023 and the stories that defined it. E3 officially calling it quits cold turkey style. The PlayStation 5 Pro dev kits are out in the wild. More Spidey from Insomniac and so much more as we do it live for the final time this year over on youtube.com/PS Trophy Room, where you can find us each and every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. And guess what, Kyle? It's the last show of the year. I'm kind of relaxed. The greatest co-host, whoever is, whoever will be. How are you?
It's me, Mr. Kyle Stevenson. I'm okay.
How you doing? How you holding up?
I'm just okay.
Yeah.
For those that are wondering, like, is it really episode 354? I don't know. I think the one recorded last night was 354. That you said.
Who knows?
So you know, any of the next following episodes are from 354 to 356.
That's right.
It's whatever.
Because as this is the last live show of the year, it's not the last show of the year. So you can still get 2 more episodes this year. We're going to have our most anticipated episode, most anticipated game episode as the final episode this year. And our top games of 2023.
And
next
there should be the By the Players Sea of Stars discussion, which is happening Sunday, but that will go up on Patreon.
Yes, so, very excited.
Yeah.
Very excited to talk about Sea of Stars because that's kind of all I've been playing alongside of another game that I can't wait to talk to you about, sir. That said, Kyle, we got a lot to talk about. It's going to be a big episode, and it's December. I want everybody to have like a big, meaty episode to kind of listen to as you're sitting alongside the U-log or whatever they call it nowadays.
As Joe chucks his coal in the fireplace that he gets from Santa.
Every year. It keeps me warm. He thinks it's a ruse. I am always one step ahead.
I am satiated with heat.
Exactly. Joke's on you. I needed heat. But I wanted to start this week off with a starter question. Of course, you can write in over on the Trophy Room Discord server, link down below, to join the amazing community. And Yuna writes in with the first final live question of the show as they write, "Hey guys, hope you're both doing well, hanging in by a thread. With the PlayStation wrap up, what was your biggest shocker and least shocker out of the top 5 games played this year?" And alongside that question, Papa Taz 44 writes, for the first time, welcome aboard. Question for the Sony Pony Express.
Yeah.
It's the Polar Express this week. Thanks to Stingray,
honestly,
by the way.
Awful Christmas movie. I hate the Polar Express.
I saw it for the first time the other day.
Yeah.
Unrealistic. I don't like it.
There's something about it. I just don't like it at all. My family thinks I'm crazy. They love it. Not me.
No, the animation kind of makes me sick and it disturbs me.
Fair. I just fall asleep.
Fair enough. But they write, time for the Sony Pony Express. Yeah. With our year wrap-ups in full swing, did you guys have any games or series that were repeats from the year before? For me, it's Persona 3, 4, 5 that topped my list. Both 2022 and 2023 had one Persona game at the top of the list. Hot dang. And I thought I rolled these 2 questions together because I actually wanted to react to this live with you. I know you've already checked your thing out here, right? Your wrap up.
Yes. I did. I thought you already did. Yeah, no, I checked it out.
I checked out half of it. I was like, nah, I want to save this for like the live show.
Fair.
So are you ready? Do you have your wrap up?
Oh, it's up and ready.
Right in front. Okay, good. So Kyle, how many games did you play this year on your PlayStation 5?
I played 133 games.
How many of those were real games? How many were those fake platinum games?
They're all real games.
All right.
I would say at least 100 of them are real games.
Got him, guys. Got him. Got him on tape. I would say that I was so close to greatness. So
Or
close,
68,
Kyle.
70?
I was at 68 games played.
Yeah.
This year on my PlayStation 5 alone.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh-wee. What was the first game that you played this year?
Tinykin.
Ooh.
Very
okay.
cool, fun little collectathon platformer. It's great.
This is unsurprising.
Well, hold on. Fortnite.
No, actually, that game is Elden Ring on PS4 and PS5.
Okay.
Remember, a game so nice I platted it twice. So this one was the PS4 version.
Fair.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, the next one, your top games of your PlayStation 5.
My top 5.
This is where it gets a little like muddy, because 1 to 2 of those games shouldn't be here on this list. It doesn't make any sense that they're here on the list. But I'll tell you mine. I'll show you guys. I'll watch this. Okay, ready? My number 1 game played for 2023 was Diablo 4 Standard Edition. I ain't rich. I ain't getting the Ultimate Edition. You kidding me? What's it gonna give me? A golden horse? Who knows? How many hours did I spend in Diablo, Kyle?
2. Love you. Good night.
Aw.
Oh, I forgot to mute that. Oops. Hey,
Yeah.
guess what? Hey, I love my nieces. Surprise.
Surprise.
2:15.
Very close. 212. 212. I am but like 3 trophies away from that platinum.
Mm-hmm.
I should have that by the end of this month.
Sweet.
I should have that by the end of this month.
Yeah.
What was your most played game?
Come on. Does anyone need to ask? Does anyone really need to ask?
How many hours did you put into MLB
to
the
answer Pataz 44?
Yeah.
And he repeats, yeah, it is my most played game every year. It's MLB The Show 23 on PS5. All of my top 5, by the way, I have platinumed, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
And it's interesting because I think True Trophies also did like a rap thing.
Yes.
But the hours are different.
Yeah, I don't know which one to trust.
I don't either. But according to PlayStation officially, 417 hours of MLB The Show.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and first in the world to plat it. So, like, you know.
All right.
Just
Look
saying.
Before anybody goes, oh, I'm the biggest MLB The Show fan, it's Kyle Stevenson.
This guy.
First in the world to
right
platinum.
Here, yeah. Take out all the actual MLB The Show content creators, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Then I'm there.
He's right there. Okay. No, you're no asterisks. You're number 1.
Sure.
Number 1.
Sure.
Fortnite was number 2, but again, I don't trust these numbers. They're weird. With 165 hours.
Okay.
Cyberpunk. This is where it gets really weird. I didn't play Cyberpunk like.
It must take the full game file size.
That's what I'm thinking, because it says 73 hours of Cyberpunk 2077, and I love that game. I played a ton of it last year, but like I just played Phantom Liberty. No way was that 70 hours. But same with Call of Duty, 69 hours.
The new one?
Modern, they say, but it's just like, no way. And again, it's the way how they calculate, like this game is essentially DLC. It's part of Modern Warfare 2, so it doesn't have a platinum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think that's how they got it. And then last but not leastly, Jedi Survivor at 65 hours.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Something tells me a whole lot of this is going to change by the end of the year.
Sure. Yeah.
That's all I can say.
My number 2 was Final Fantasy 16 at 80 hours. Also platted.
Oh, damn.
Number 3, Rogue Legacy 2 at 62 hours.
Okay.
Also platinumed. Here's a surprising one. Did not think I put that many hours in this game.
Tell me.
Power Wash Simulator, 59 hours.
No way.
Listen, platting that game is pretty time consuming.
Yeah, it really is.
But I loved every minute. I
Yeah.
loved every minute. I did all the DLCs. Like, they're great.
We need help.
And number 5, Sea of Stars at 46 hours. And that's been pretty recent. So.
Yeah. All right, Kyle. They call me a thrill seeker. Half of my time spent on the edge of your seat following your goal no matter what odds. What about you? Are you a thrill seeker?
No. They call me the GOAT.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, your gaming style, the GOAT. You spent 34% of your game time on the field calling the shots and chalking up the wins. So because I played so much MLB The Show, it's a sports-oriented one. But I'm the GOAT. PlayStation called me the GOAT. So you know what? It's done.
All right. Hey, listen, if they call you the GOAT, exactly. I believe them.
This is official. No fix PlayStation Direct, please.
Please. Okay. Then they did most played games by month.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty interesting here, Kyle. January, Cyberpunk. February, Hogwarts Legacy. March, Fortnite. April, Horizon. May, of course, it's Star Wars. Are you kidding me? June and July, Diablo. August and September, Fortnite. October, surprising. You would think it's Spider-Man.
Alan.
It's Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, Alan Wake, very close. Very close. I have 40 hours in Alan. Anyway. November, Call of Duty with 31 hours. And then December right now, Bloodborne with 12 hours. Again, that's going to change if it hadn't already.
Yeah. January for me is a game that I was talking about nonstop earlier this year. Undermine. Super fun indie game. Put 37 hours into that. February was just all power wash, 55 hours. Then we got the string of March, April, May, June, July, all MLB The Show. August is FF16. September, Liza P at 40 hours.
Nice.
Spidey in October with 28.
Right.
We went back to MLB The Show in November, which I'm shocked. Did not think I put them 30 hours in November in that game. And then Sea of Stars for December, which again is going to change as I'm playing Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been playing that game all day today. I've already caught up to where I was at the PC version. So I'm a bit of a sicko. All right. How many hours have you put into your PlayStation? This is going to be the are you a PlayStation guy, or you just say you're a PlayStation guy to sound cool in front of all the kids these days? They're all on their PlayStations.
Okay. 1,293.
1,002. Wow, you're a bigger PlayStation fan than me. Yeah. 1,014, they say.
Okay.
So look at us. I've seen a lot of creators out there pulling. I hate to listen.
Rookie numbers.
You got me on the gatekeeper. I like it. I like the feeling now. Pulling rookie numbers. Look at us putting in the work. We're actually on this platform. Yeah. All right, that's the proof. That's the pudding for you.
I will say, there's no way that I could keep up this number in future years because I have a job now.
You're right. You're aware.
I was unemployed for about 6 months, so that changes things.
Things are going to drastically change.
Well, right. I'm not putting in 400 hours of MLB The Show next year. That's not happening.
I don't know. Well, how many trophies did you earn this year?
Oh, hold on. I got to move the slide.
Because I got 697 for me, bud.
1,411 trophies.
All right. How many of them how many of them platinums?
30 plats.
10 plats. Nice, solid, even number.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fair enough. Again, that number, there are like 5 games that I'm like 2 or 3 trophies away from platting. And I could boost these numbers up. I could boost them up.
Yeah.
I'm a friend maker, Kyle. I made 32 friends this year.
I think everyone gets this one because I'm also a friend maker. I made 16. I saw somebody else get a friend maker. They made 1. So,
All right, fair enough. I earned 25 digital collectibles and earned 1,400 of those star points. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Which, no, I bought a $20 gift card.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
38 digital collectibles and over 4,000 points.
Can I tell you something about these digital collectibles? These non-NFTs?
Yeah.
I like them.
I like my little shoe and my little locker.
I like my little PlayStation Portal.
Fair. Yeah.
I just look at them like, I'm gonna earn this, and then I'm done. And that was it. That was our yearly wrap up. So we put in some work. Put in some work here. All right, Kyle. That was the longest starting question I've ever seen on this show before. But you know what?
Hey,
it was
really quickly
worth
though.
It.
If you go back, do you still have wrap up?
Nope.
Okay. The last one, you get like a spider bot digital collectible.
Yeah.
You get a nice little avatar. But then it goes to like, hey, here's what to look forward to on PlayStation for the next year. And it's got Helldivers 2. It's got Stellar Blade. It's got Rise of the Ronin. It's got FF7 Rebirth. It's got Tekken 8 and Silent Hill 2 as like the tentpole games to look forward to PlayStation for the next year, as far as we know. And then a little, here's the Portal. Here's the wireless earbuds, just in case.
That you can't get anywhere. I canceled my Best Buy order of the earbuds. It's literally been on hold for a week. I pre-ordered them on the day one.
Mm-hmm.
Not upset.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not upset.
Yeah, you are. Just a little bit.
Really upset. I really want those earbuds. I hate wearing headphones. That said, Kyle, it's time for some housekeeping. Of course, the Trophy Room store, link down below. New merch, BB. Go check it out. We have the By the Players Community Game Show this month. It's all about Sea of Stars. The show will be recorded this Sunday, so join us there. And then it'll be a few weeks after for patrons to go dive on into. And of course, last but not least, Kind of Funny is doing their up and coming opportunity yet again this year. It would be amazing if you all nominated us. Link in the description for all that. They send us out to San Diego for a whole week to create content with them.
San Francisco.
What did I say?
San Diego.
Oh, you know what? It was San Diego because of the MLB got in my head.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. So link down below for all that stuff. And of course, last but not least, the Platties this year. You want to vote on your game of the year, your favorite performance, all that jazz. Link down below. Join the hundreds of folks that have already started to vote for their game of the year. And then we record the show live on January 11th. Doesn't that sound fun? It does, because it is.
It does. And we don't know who's winning. I haven't checked.
No, I'm completely blind.
I was almost like, let me just see how many votes there are. But I was like, no, I want to keep it. I want to keep it as a secret.
All I know is the Bitly link that tells me a few hundred of y'all have already jumped on in. And that's all I need to know.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's all I need to know. I'm very stressed because this year, too many great games. Honestly, it's up in the air. I don't know who's going to win. That said, it's time for our Patreon pitch. The reason why we look so great, sound so good is because of your generosity over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. It's like we say each and every week. If you ever got you through a long car ride, a tough day at work, whatever your situation may be, it really does help us out. Even if it's just $1, it really does help us out. Keeps the lights on, keeps the debtors at bay. And honest to goodness, today we had a update for the license of the show. $300. Surprised. I was shocked. I was flabbergasted. I was a little scared.
License for the show?
LLC. The LLC was up. They're like, you gotta renew this, buddy. Yeah.
Since when?
Since I didn't want anybody to copyright the trophy room. That's when.
I didn't know that.
I know. And because of your generosity, it wasn't that much of a scare. So thank you all so very much. I want to thank our newest members. Dejan Zolmek at the bronze tier. I want to thank our premium producers, Todd Burwitz and Toxic. I want to thank our platinum members, Drellish, and I'm leaving it there, at least for this week. Jay Shea, Jedi Master N, Cowboy Danger D, Jonas Young, The Green Gorilla Gamer, Chaotic Monkey, Millennium Falcon Gaming, Rico Kill 90, Stephen Flesh, Strubles and Bits, Bertos Maximos, Chris Hybrid 748, Matt Valdez, Chris the Wizard, Solo, Liam Russ, Silkanet, Desamine, Jadus Vaughn, Metal, Mitchell Gramlin, Liam Russ, and Jonas Young. I want to thank our gold members, Cypher Primus, Darth Simon the Pie Man, Jesse Garcia, JB the Purple Monkey, Hyde Indoors, Katie, Kevin Mitchell, Kevin Diaz, Marcus O'Neill, The Red Arrow, Aegis Hermit, Angezor, Astronaut Jr., The Winter Gamer, Robbie Bobby Miller, Brenton Zachary, Brenty Blob, Bubble Boy N7, Captain Logan, Final Fan XZ, Hambone, JD Dillinger, M9 Prime, The Stone Cold, E.T., Tino Six Speed, N. Johnson, Sean McKenzie, Rick Arrington, Spam and Bamman, Matthew King, Duh Overlord, Dewane Raksha, Rick Davis, Black Mavericks, and the Lord Commander Suddy. Thank you all so much for your generosity, past, previous, and future patrons. It really does mean a lot. It really does keep the show going when we say it each and every week. We could not do this without you. So thank you all so very much. And now, Kyle.
I love how Mackenzie in chat was saying present like you were doing a roll call for
Present.
in school. Yeah, is Kenzie here? Present here. Yeah. I like that. Appreciate that. You know what? In the new year, anyone in the live chat, when we say your name, you got to say it in chat.
Yeah.
So we can present. Mark it down and send it off to the attendance office, you know?
Yeah, please. Now, Kyle, it's the final time we're doing this. It's time to square up the news.
Hey, guess what? E3 died officially.
Oh, boy.
Quote, after more than 2 decades of E3, each one bigger than the last, the time has come to say goodbye. Thanks for the memories. Reads the message. GGWP, an acronym for good game, well played, was also attached to the message.
Well, this has been a long time waiting. Drellish writes in, hey, Joe and Kyle, do you think the industry will restructure itself now that E3 is no more? Was E3 missed purely out of a developer and publisher perspective? Will Jeff and the Summer Game Fest and the TGA, as well as Gamescom in Germany, be enough to cover the gap that E3 leaves behind? It could be that we have small regional events with more personalized niche market covering this space. What are your initial thoughts? So, Kyle, take it away, sir. What are your initial thoughts? And yeah, is the industry going to restructure itself, or has it already done that?
It's already done that, and I, for one, already missed the E3 of old.
Yeah.
Not that I think it's doing it poorly now. I just think back when E3 was at its prime, when we started doing the show, like, it just didn't miss. That was a great week.
Yeah.
Every day there was a cool showcase to watch cool new games get announced, or, you know, actually have a set time where PlayStation's going to talk to us. Like, I think from that standpoint, I miss E3 because I knew it was a constant. Every June we were going to get whatever is coming to PlayStation in the future, and now it's been so like up in the air. Random Tuesdays, Thursdays, just random blog posts, tweets. Like, I miss the structure of E3. I miss like it being a destination watch kind of thing where, like, you know, E3 is here. You know, I'm going to be here live reacting or watching other people live react to it. Like, it's an event, and we still have Summer Game Fest, which is an event, and I'm still going to have that kind of experience. And there have been other gaming showcases around that time so it feels a little bit like E3, but E3 was also like the goal of like, I want to go there one day. Yeah. Like, I love PAX to death. I love PAX. But PAX is an indie focused thing, which I love, but I wanted to see like the big AAA first party stuff, like what PSX was, but for all of gaming, because PSX was amazing. That's a whole other thing that should also come back. But I for one will miss E3, even though it's been absent for the last 2-3 years anyway.
I miss, again, to quote Ahsoka, I miss the idea of E3. I don't miss the truth. I don't miss the weakness, you know, of what actually was. Because to me, I'm going to miss E3 as the kid running home from school to tune on to the Spike TV, like, you know, E3 extravaganza that they're throwing off, right? Or TNT, whatever. I'm going to miss those moments. But I don't know what it was as a kid, even as a young adult. I never thought, oh, Jesus, I use that term being serious.
You sure did. And I was like, oh, no. Really? Okay.
Oh, no. But like, even as a youngster, it was something that I never even thought like I can do. So maybe that's like a kind of sad moment, but I'm like, yeah, that's for those people. I'd rather be in my chair with my popcorn. So like, to me, I don't miss it as like a oh I that was a goal. It was just like it sucks because I missed the pageantry of it. Like I missed this is the 1 week everybody's coming together and we're just all celebrating the whole thing and we're talking about the winners, the losers, like those things even exist. Which the only losers was like Konami and Jack. What was his name? Jamie Kennedy. You know,
sure.
Those are really the only two losers of E3 ever.
No, and all the people like I was when I was younger who actually took stock in who won, who lost.
That's true. That's true.
Like I was one of those dumbass fanboys that took it way too seriously. I've learned my lesson big time.
That's right. Xbox sucks. Ooh,
yeah, go Team Blue. Woo!
Right.
I was a woo girl for PlayStation.
Oh man. Well, Ghetto Berry writes in. And sorry to finish Relish's point. I think what we've seen is the industry restructure itself once COVID hit. I think they kind of use COVID as the excuse of we're just gonna do our own thing, and we're gonna come. We're gonna do these events. We're at the you miss that 1 week of like you could take off of work or whatever, right? For us dummies that do that, but like. Summer Game Fest is essentially just a calendar for everybody to tell you they're going to have a thing here. You should tune into it. And I really hope that they go back to something similar where it is, hey, here's 1.5, 2 weeks of like all the announcements you need, big, AAA announcements. And I hope that's where they kind of leave it.
Which I think Jeff did the first year Summer Game Fest. Where there was like a calendar of like Summer Game Fest presents the Sony State of Play or stuff like that. I don't think that was the case this year or last year.
I think there was. It just wasn't as strong because there were so many mysteries.
Yeah.
That said, Ghetto Berry writes in, hey guys, hope you're both doing well. Doing fantastic now that we're live. Has been a great year for games, hasn't it? Sad that it can't be said for developers though. Anyway, while I'm dyeing my hair emerald green for Christmas, Merry Chrysler, it's got me wondering about E3. While it's sad that it's now officially gone, it was never the same since before COVID struck. I always looked forward to E3 where new games were announced in masses, but at the same exact time, companies were branching out doing their own showcases. However, I feel to me that E3 was more than an event, not just a convention. I think companies would do well to bundle their showcases around the same time, early June, to keep the spirit of E3 alive. That way we can all still have something to look forward to on our calendars. What say you? Merry Christmas, you guys, and Happy New Year to both of you and everyone too. Ooh, that rhymed. First off, we need to see a picture of your hair. That's stat pronto.
Yeah.
Be reasonable with it, Anyway.
What?
E3.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, he said he's dyeing his hair. He didn't say where, so keep it PG, Ghetto Berry.
Send a pic. I don't know.
Oh, thirsty Kyle. We see. Yeah, I echo what they're saying here because I feel the same. Spacing it out so much is just almost too much, right? Where it's just like, just give me the one shot of adrenaline I need through this 1 week so that we could all cover it. I don't think, and I would love to see the numbers on this. I do think having them all there kind of helped each other out. And, you didn't have like these weird solo streams of like, here's the Ubisoft event. I feel like it could be something really special where it's like, here's the Ubisoft event. And now here's the, EA event, right? Shortly afterwards, just keep the buzz going. I do really miss that event style like presentation that they had.
Just from like a behind the scenes of like creating content, live reacting. Also just miss having, all right, Saturday, we've got Ubi, we've got Bethesda, we've got, for example, Xbox, Sunday, we got PlayStation, Monday morning, we got Nintendo. So we can already plan out for that instead of having to like scramble a few days before, like, oh, hey, guess what? We'll see you Thursday for a State of Play. And it's Tuesday afternoon. What are you talking about, PlayStation? Don't do that. Just tell us the day weeks ahead of time. So I do miss that kind of structure of it all.
Yeah. That said, Regis Primer said, hello, beautiful boys. Just one quick question to ask with E3 now officially dead and gone. I just wanted to know, what was your favorite moments from past E3s? Have a great Christmas and a new year. Roll on to 2024 for another great year.
Thanks, Regis Prime.
Thank you so much, Reggie. Thank you.
Oh, man. So many good ones.
So many.
Final Fantasy VII Remake being announced for the first time. Oh, boy. The best showcase ever, I think, was it 2016?
2016.
With God of War, Days Gone, Spider-Man, Resident Evil 7, Death Stranding, Crash Bandicoot announced as coming back. I know I'm missing bigger ones there. The PSVR, like the Arkham Asylum game, Arkham VR.
There is like a moment that I do miss the crowds.
Well,
because
that was a thing. Like for that one, I remember I would go into the city to watch it in a movie theater with a bunch of other PlayStation fans, and it felt like I was at E3.
Yeah.
Like, and I was in that E3 wrap-up video on PlayStation's YouTube channel, so go look it up. You'll see me reacting to Kratos coming on screen for the first time, and I get to say the end line of the little video too, like, "Hey, this is PlayStation, or welcome to PlayStation," or something like that. See, it's like moments like that I don't think we'll ever get again.
And that's the thing that really sucks. Like for me, one of my favorite moments isn't E3; it's actually the Last of Us Part 2 reveal. And how I squealed like a child.
That was that was PSX. That was PSX.
PSX. It wasn't E3, but it was PSX. And like half of it was hearing the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Kratos walks out, he's like, "Boy, I'm hungry. Let's go to Popeyes." It's like, and you just hear everybody just lose their mind. That's a moment. Spider-Man is a moment. You're right.
Yeah.
All
I'm
of it comes down
just
to
a kid from Queens. And then you get the orchestral score because the orchestra was there live, playing everything live.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that weird last Sony E3, right? When they were there for the final time, where they had that weird experimental.
We're going to put you in the tent.
But like that whole thing was like, oh, this is a
4D,
weird...
we're going to spray mist on you.
But that I think is also another one of my favorite moments, because like, why are they in this tent with these low-hanging lights? This is a weird
gentrify
thing.
The flute.
This is a weird thing to showcase a PlayStation showcase. And then when that Last of Us Part 2 opened it up and you saw that they were in the scene from the game in the little tent, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. Like, we were so dumb. Of course it is. Like, of course that is in the game. That's why they're there. Like, there's small moments like that I think the RE2 revealed, I think, was that same E3 too.
Yep.
That was great too. Like, there's some amazing moments that I don't know if we'll get again because of the crowd, because of the giant stage, right? Like
ultimate clapback, man. Jack Tretton coming out on stage, right, and be like, "This is how you share your games."
That was Shu and Adam Boyce.
Adam Boyce, but then was it Jack Tretton or Andrew House, who's just like, "And here's the price of this console, no DRM." And it's just like, oh my god, I think I game like that was some excellent work there. Excellent clap back in the day.
And there's also been some terrible E3s. We watched that Konami E3. That was awful.
Oh boy.
I mean, Wonderbook was on stage. That was a terrible PlayStation moment.
Oh,
there been some bad things. So, but it's still super fun.
It just it does suck because you know what, and I mentioned this over at Season Gaming over at Cast Co-op. You know what it's going to be in 10 years. Someone's going to quote unquote revive E3, and it's just going to be like some weird event with like cheap TSL TVs showcasing weird games that we have no idea what they even are, who even made them, and a giant ball pit.
Well, I totally forgot until this moment. Was it 2020 or 2021 where they did the digital E3? And I was like, oh, I got accepted to E3. And I went to that thing, and it was nothing but advertisements. Nobody actually submitted any games to like show off behind closed doors or anything of that nature. It's like, what a terrible execution for that. It was real bad.
But to go back to Drelish's point, I do think we're going to see more of these, like I think you're going to see something like from PAX. I think PAX will have more relevance than ever because of E3's absence. I just don't think you're ever going to have an E3 ever again. And it just gets me concerned a little bit because Jeff Keighley now has full reign over everything, it seems. And the way he handled the Game Awards in retrospect, not the best. So like I do want to see someone else come in here going, no, I got some ideas too, and challenge Jeff creatively, because I think that will be driving the industry forward far more than just having one solo person in charge of it all. Because you saw the stagnation with, with E3 in the ESA. So yeah, I want to see more competition in that regard. Of let's see other like Reed Pop. Let's see what they can do with, PAX and how they can maybe turn it into something even bigger somehow. So yeah. That said, Kyle, this news piqued my interest very much so, Kyle. Very much so. Take it away, good sir.
Even if you got it through nefarious means? How dare you? How dare you? This comes from Anthony Nash over at PS Lifestyle. A Spider-Verse game may be in the works from Insomniac. According to leaked documents from a ransomware attack against Insomniac Games, the studio may be working on a Spider-Verse video game. Earlier this week, hackers announced that they had obtained employee data as well as information from various projects. This comes via Cyber Daily. Since then, the group has released an image of some of its collected data, including screenshots from Insomniac's upcoming Wolverine game, as well as some information that lists what the studio is working on. As first spotted by users on Reddit, Insomniac Games is listed as working on 3 upcoming projects, including something called RCE, Spider-Man 3, and Spider ? The images also contain text that reads that there is, quote, additional support for Spider-Verse, end quote, being done by some employees.
Ooh, Kyle. Also, I do want to mention they did leak some shots and details of the Wolverine game, but
that was in there.
Yeah, but you're not gonna see no photos of that, please. Okay.
Yeah,
you're not gonna see any of that there. No. This is much more vague, and I feel comfortable sharing this.
Sure.
The Wolverine stuff, though, Kyle, I saw.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
That's Wolverine.
I'm not gonna look.
The way I think it, some douche is he's gonna spoil it for me anyway. Might as well see it on my terms,
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as I don't see it, whatever. If I could speculate on it, this is fun. And that's why a Spider-Verse game, Kyle, coming from Insomniac, supposedly maybe this is the multiplayer game that they're talking about. Not gonna talk about how Spider-Man 2 ends in any which way. But yeah, Spider-Verse game. What are your thoughts on this? Because to me, my first thing is like, yeah, awesome. Spider-Verse, my favorite movie. This just makes sense. Then I think about it again. This is another licensed property from Insomniac. Is Insomniac just the Marvel studio at this point? Because I love me some Ratchet.
Yeah.
I would love to have you get some Resistance.
Yeah, which, who knows, is that RCE Ratchet or Resistance?
Right.
I think that is the question there. It's a great question because the Spider-Man games are so good, but I also don't want them to ruin that good favor of what they've done in the 3 games that they've done in the Spidey universe already. So I would like for them to take bigger breaks in between. I know that's going to suck for us as fans of Spider-Man in the games and wanting to play the next one, but I would much rather a break in between. I could totally be making this up and pulling this out of my ass.
Go for it.
But it's a Spider-Verse thing. Are they just maybe supporting the movie and helping out with their version of Spider-Man in that movie? And that's what that could mean, additional support for Spider-Verse?
I mean, maybe Spider-Verse means to them internally Spider-Man 3 and like Spider-Man DLC.
That could be. Yeah, who knows?
That could be sensible.
Could be.
But when I think about like multiplayer, and we know that Insomniac's working on a multiplayer project.
That is exciting, though, to think like we can have our own different versions of Spider-Man in the multiverse. Don't know what that game would be. What would that be? An MMO?
I mean, it would be really cool that like I'm swinging through the air and then I see a portal and then you just pop out, and we're swinging together.
Yeah, but what do we do? Just swinging? Just stopping
We're
crimes and that's it?
we're swinging and slanging, dude. Yeah, we're stopping crimes.
Okay.
There's probably, I don't know. Think about the Spider-Verse storyline. There's spider totems about. There are an interdimensional, beings that are hunting Spider-Man, and we got to fight them. And the beauty of it all is because it's all this, interdimensional stuff is like there could be countless villains, countless versions of Green Goblin, countless versions of Venom, right? That like keep the gameplay fresh while offering probably something that feels a bit different from a Spider-Man 3. So like though there'll be similarities, like this maybe isn't in New York. Maybe you're playing with the Spider-Verse-ish themes. We talked about it, I think, on what we'd like to see after Spider-Man 2 is like, I love Manhattan and it's great, but there's only so many times I could get Manhattan and still be excited. So like, maybe Spider-Man for some reason's out in Paris getting a baguette. We don't know. I mean, in the
that's what Black Cat is, right?
I mean, I don't know. And I saw in like Across the Spider-Verse, they have like a cross between New Delhi and New York, right? And like it's a whole different type of structure. Awesome. Let's go there. And I think that's what this game could be. And that excites me. But then on the other hand, what doesn't excite me is this is another licensed game. And I mean, like, listen, I popped for Blade. I popped for Spider-Man. Spider-Man's my favorite superhero. But there is something a little, I hate to be like the Debbie Downer here. It's something a little telling where we're seeing every other publisher and developer getting some sort of comic book, retelling of a certain thing. Like EA has their 2 comic book games they're working on. Skydance got theirs. I mean, Disney literally has one, has them all. But like, Spider-Man, Sony, Marvel, Xbox got Blade. Like, there's just so much licensed stuff that it gets away from the cool original stories that you could be telling and original pieces of work that you could be showing off. And to me, it seems like the industry, because games are getting so expensive, they're relying on licensed IP outside of games. And I'm like, but the stories that are so great in games that have now translated so well in Hollywood, it's like they're trading.
Mm-hmm.
You can make those ideas come to life.
Sure.
So that's the only thing that kind of, I don't know.
To be fair,
makes
though,
me feel weird.
Superhero games have still been around.
Sure,
it's just not to like the higher profile devs are now the ones that are making them. So it does feel like we were getting a lot of them lately. But like, how many Spider-Man games are out on PS3? There's like 6 or 7 of them, right? And we had Arkham, and we had Deadpool. There was a Captain America game. Like, there've been a overabundance of superhero games already. We just don't think of them as the go-to because most of the time they're not great. Like before Spider-Man, we were like, Arkham is the GOAT. Nothing can touch Arkham because Rocksteady did it well. All the other ones are, not that great. There were some other Spidey games like Web of Shadows and Edge of Time, I think it was, that the Beanox ones weren't bad. Yeah, Dimensions. But like now that we're getting, quote unquote top tier devs, first party devs now working on a superhero game, a licensed thing, I think that's where it still feels weird because we're so used to license not being a first party partnership. It's always like a double A, lower tier of a studio working on these licenses.
Fair. And I think maybe it speaks to also the lack of like double A content that we've seen.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. And maybe we're also thinking back of like how we used to have it type of deal.
Exactly. Yeah. We're in that weird kind of like mix between how we're used to it growing up in gaming and now what is the future going to be? And we have played it all. We want new things kind of situation going on.
And at the same exact time, it's like we want sequels to all these games we love, but do we want sequels to all the games we love? Like
it's weird. Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know what people the answer is.
I mean, I talked about it a few minutes ago. I was like, I mean, I love Manhattan, but like doing it again, like What else are you going to add? What other monuments? What other areas could you possibly add? It's like at the same exact time. Well, I didn't get to play Manhattan for a good like 2.5 years. You know what I mean?
That's so, the thing. Like what we've talked about before, how Uncharted 4 ended. And we're like, cool. It's a great send off to Drake. It's a great send off to Uncharted. Lost Legacy as well. Love it. Don't need any more Uncharted. We got a lot of Uncharted. We're now at that time where I want another Uncharted real bad. So like we're in that weird space of enough time has passed. So I don't know. Maybe the answer is they just need to have more space in between.
Fair.
But yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. All I could say is Wolverine. That's gonna be a game. I saw 2 pictures.
Can't wait. Yeah. 2 pictures.
2 pictures.
2 pictures, 2 claws. You guess which ones.
Exactly. It goes about 2 claws. All right, Kyle. Let's get into the last bit of news for 2023. Ooh-wee.
Sammy Barker over at Push Square writes, rumor PS5 Pro specs could leak very soon as dev kits go out to studios. We've had no official word on a PS5 Pro, but that hasn't stopped rumors about a souped-up model from circulating. Rumblings about a half-step upgrade, much like what happened with PS4 and PS4 Pro, have been doing the rounds for a while now, though nothing substantial has emerged yet. Now, though, new word from Insider Gaming's Tom Henderson suggests we might be hearing more about the machine pretty soon, whether Sony likes it or not. Responding to alleged technical specifications of the PS5 Pro post-Center reset era, Henderson says he quote-unquote can't comment on information he hasn't sourced himself. However, he adds that Sony is prepared for the real specs to be outed in the coming weeks as dev kits for PS5 Pro are going out to third-party teams. Quote, can't comment on other people's leaks because I don't know. Internally, Sony is expecting full specs to leak this month because of dev kit distribution to third-party studios, end quote. While we can only classify all this as a rumor for now, Henderson has leaked plenty of information before, and he seems pretty confident in what he says about PS5 Pro dev kits. This is probably the most compelling evidence of the hardware's existence so far, and it sounds as though we might learn more in the very near future. We'll obviously keep you updated if and when PS5 Pro's tech specs leak. Until then, what do you think? Would you be interested in PS5 Pro? Discuss in the comments section below.
Yeah, Joe was busy playing Baldur's Gate while writing these notes. He forgot to.
Again, I'm like Ron Burgundy. You put it there, I'm going to read it.
I know. I was just like, I know he's doing like, I know what you're up to. Anyway, Kyle, would you be interested in a PS5 Pro?
Yes. This is different from my thoughts on a Slim.
Okay.
Right? But Slim is the same tech on the inside, just smaller. Sure. If the Pro does things better, I'm a sicko that wants it to run things better no matter what. Right. Yeah, I'd be interested in it, and like I want GTA 6 to run the best it possibly can, and it's probably going to be on a PS5 Pro.
Yeah, and that gets probably realistically 2 years away, give or take, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I was listening. I don't know. I've been listening. I've been watching. I've been seeing a whole lot of reactions about like these PS5 leaks or Pro leaks, where a lot of people like this one person that shared the spec list out to Tom. He's like, "Is this real? Do you think?" I was looking at it, I'm like, I don't know any of these numbers. Is it just the only numbers I care about and the only letters that should follow afterwards is like 60 in FPS. Can it promise me 60 in FPS and 4K native? That's all I want from a PlayStation 5 Pro. Because to me, I think we've got accustomed to there has to be 2 modes at the very least, right? Give us a 1440 or even 1080 as long as it's at 60 FPS solid. Or you could give us that cinematic filmic view of 30 FPS and all ray tracing and 4K, right? And I'm of mind where for the most part, as long as the game runs good, as long as for example, Alan Wake, I am playing at 4K 30 FPS because I genuinely can't really notice much of a difference between 4K and
plus that is a visual spectacle. You want to see it all in
exactly. And then there's other games where like Fortnite, for example, I switched off between Alan Wake, which is 30 FPS, and then Fortnite that I was running at 120 FPS because I'm a bit of a sicko, and I got this beautiful LG C9 because I'm an OLED boy. And I was like, oh wow, my eyes, like this runs different, and I really appreciated it. But I don't know about you, Kyle, but like, has the whole like 60 FPS spoiled a lot of folks? Because I've been seeing folks go like, oh, if a game's not running at 60, I'm not buying it. It's like, I think that's a little ridiculous, right?
Those people I would like to call misinformed and misguided.
Oh, okay. All
like,
right.
What's more important? Your eyes are more comfortable, or you playing a fun thing? I guess it's not a one-to-one comparison. Like, yeah, your eyes should be comfortable when you're playing, but like,
that's right.
What are you? It's afraid of a little bit of choppiness? We've been playing at 30 frames most of our lives.
Right.
Like, what? Why is it such a huge deal? I don't know.
But at the same exact time, if I could get that filtered, here's
Absolutely.
your 4K, here's your
ray tracing.
Right. And I think PlayStation understands, I think, pretty well that, we have gone a few years with, the options. And I think next year we'll start seeing those options start to fade away, and maybe games looking a little, maybe instead of 1440, we're getting, 1080 resolution out of these games running at 4K. But they know that well is going to be dried up. So why not create something, a second SKU that will print them some money while also facilitating the need of what that audience wants, which is your 60 4K. Yeah. And for me, I think that excites me. I like all of us. Like, that's a day one purchase for me.
Yeah, same. And it's also like just to quell people who are like, has enough time passed? Whatever. PS4 Pro came out 3 years after the release of PS4.
Yeah.
2013 to 2016. We're already at the 3-year mark from when PS5 released. So we're due, quote unquote, for a Pro model, or at least talk of a Pro model. Yeah. And I don't mind. I really don't, because once we get the Pro, it's the I mean, we just talked about all the hours we put into our PS5s, right? Mm-hmm. That's 3 years worth of tens of thousands of hours with the amount of content I've played on this thing.
Yeah.
I would need a Pro to just make sure I can handle the life cycle of PS5 until PS6 comes out.
Yeah.
Which is scary to think we're getting in like 4 or 5 years. Like, it's weird to think about. But yeah, I don't mind a Pro at all. I'm day one, and no doubt about it.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. And do I think we need it? I don't think we need it, but I think people want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's it going to look like, though? 2 racing stripes?
No, 2 more flaps.
Yes. Let those flaps fly, baby.
That's right. It's yeah. Oh no, I don't like that. I don't like the sound effects you did afterwards. No, it does. That does intrigue me. What is this thing gonna look like? Because like the PS5 is a beefy boy.
Oh, you know what? I'll tell you. You ready?
Oh God, it's a desk.
No, it's got 2 disc drives. It's got a disc changer inside the PS5. It can hold up to 5 discs at one time, and you can rotate them in and out like the old CD things we used to have back in the day.
Oh, you're a real sicko. I like that.
Hey,
I appreciate it. There you go. So yeah, I bet by the time we get back, we'll actually be nailing down what the specs of this thing actually look like, and that's gonna be exciting. Because there is a part of me that like, I love the PS4 design. I think it's the best looking console ever made. There's something about the dumb, like double decker like look of the PS4 Pro that I also dug. I love the sandwich, dude. Yeah. It's so stupid. I love
that PS4 Spidey Pro. Oh boy.
Ooh-wee.
Thing of beauty.
Beautiful. All right, Kyle. It's time for the main topic of the night. PlayStation Wrapped 2023 edition. It is here where we're going to break down the biggest stories of each month this year and find out which piece of news was the biggest throughout this whole year. Then at the end of it all, Kyle, we're going to give PlayStation a report card. We're going to tell them if this was a good year, give them a solid A plus, or if it was a big fat F. We're gonna let PlayStation know. And we're not like other PlayStation shows. We're gonna I think this episode we might give them a bit of the business. So I don't know. Let's see. That said, Kyle, to make it a little easier for us, how I'm gonna do it is every 4 months I'm gonna stop and we're gonna find out. Or sorry, every month we're gonna find out what the biggest story that month was, and then every 4 months we're gonna have each of those months fight it off to find out who the biggest news that was there. What? I'm missing it out. It's like a tiered system.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Remember Super Smash Brothers Melee? Link beats Mario, and then he gets to fight Donkey Kong, and then he gets to fight.
It's March Madness, like college basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Sports. All right, good. All right. Kyle.
Yeah.
January. Now I'm going to read these because, of course, they're in special Joe language that only I could decipher.
Okay.
All right. First episode of 2023 was the PSVR 2 at CES. A deep, in-depth look. The Project Leonardo controller, also known now as the Access controller. And wait for it, Naughty Dog teases The Last of Us Factions pictures. Lol, 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 lol. Pretty good month. Pretty good memories.
Yeah, pretty good first show back of the year, you know?
I bet those faction pictures do not haunt anyone working at any studio.
No, definitely not.
Elden Ring. All right, this is the trophy room awards. Elden Ring versus God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah.
How are we feeling about the victor? God of War won.
I am standing firm, and that is my game of the year. I'm happy it won. Yeah. Still don't like you taking the high road just because you felt like you had to take the high road. Felt a little cheap to me, but you know.
God, this guy. Oh my goodness gracious. Are we married? Are you my wife? You're holding things up again. Fine. It should have been Elden Ring. You guys picked Ragnarok. Good. I get it.
Yeah.
This is the trophy room. There's a bias towards PlayStation here. I get it.
Take the stance. I appreciate it.
All right.
I appreciate
Elden Ring is leaps and bounds better.
Okay.
Just because, you know.
Yeah. Fair.
You know what? You're biased because you were in Ragnarok. All right. Son of a gun.
And
hey, guess what? The third episode, Last of Us HBO premieres. First episode. Yeah, I know. That came out this year, Kyle.
No, I'm laughing at your shorthand. It premieres to only 10 viewers.
I forgot to put the M. I forgot to put the M in the notes.
All 10 of us.
All 10 of us loved it so much. There were dozens of us. Suicide Squad Battle Pass controversy. Remember that? People were upset at that menu. Metal Gear Solid Remake teased. I almost said something I shouldn't have. Kyle, The Last of Us came out this year. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude.
And then, last but not least, what PlayStation can learn from the Xbox Bethesda Direct and our most anticipated PSVR 2 games. Kyle, what was the biggest news story this month? The biggest episode we had this month.
Oh, our award show.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if that's cheating. But like,
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I worked hard on that one, you know. I'll take that. But yeah, it's like the CES thing, very interesting because
it's a lot of hard work. Like even that last one of what did they learn from the Microsoft Bethesda Direct? I honestly don't even remember what that Direct was. In this moment.
Yeah. Oh, when we go back to like State of Plays, we go back even just E3 prior.
Yeah,
like what did we see there?
Exactly.
You know?
It's not a shade at that Direct. I generally don't remember.
They let the developers talk. It was really nice. It's like a nice little deep dive into each game.
Yeah. Oh, is that when they announced Hi-Fi Rush?
Yep.
That was a good show. That was a very good show.
February. Ready for this one? Sony cuts PSVR 2 production. That was a rumor, and I think kind of right. Horizon multiplayer game leaks, the MMO one. Remember that? Mm-hmm, I remember. Mm-hmm. Live from PlayStation 5, teased Uncharted 5, maybe, LOL. Remember? There was a Nathan Drake looking person holding a torch, and we all got excited.
Was this just the rumor episode?
This was, yeah.
Was this just like, hey, we're not getting a whole lot of great news. Let's just think about all the what ifs.
And you know what? It was a fantastic show because honestly, that Horizon multiplayer game, for those screenshots, I'm in on that game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ready? The
Oh
second
God.
one. I know. Here's your PTSD. CMA may block the ABK deal. Remember that, Kyle?
Sure do.
All right. Here's what I'll get some heat for. Hogwarts Legacy reviews/boycotts. Those are fun times.
Only you would
Hogwarts
describe that
Legacy.
as fun.
Hogwarts Legacy, #1 selling game this year.
Yeah, good for them.
Good for that team.
Yeah.
PSVR 2 launch week in our Jane Perry interview.
Wild. I thought that was last year when we interviewed Jane.
There's so much has happened. And now we're best friends. We talk on the daily.
Jane's awesome.
You know?
Jane's amazing.
If Jane could get me into the next Cyberpunk game, I might die.
Yeah.
You know? Jane, let's do this.
Get me into Returnal.
Yes, let's form an alliance, Jane.
I could be a gun noise. Pew pew. Pew pew.
Well, do a Matthew McConaughey. Pew pew.
Pew pew pew.
Pew pew. The PlayStation State of Play predictions. This is the one where it's a heavy Suicide Squad focused. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And then Microsoft and Nintendo strike a Call of Duty deal. And then, of course, the State of Play breakdown and the Demio interview. What's the biggest episode of February, you think?
I mean the CMA block and ABK is pretty huge. That was a big episode.
It was like a preliminary. Yeah.
I gotta say it was the PSVR 2 launch week and Jane Perry interview.
Fair. I'll take it.
I think that's my favorite of this bunch.
Yeah. You know what? I agree.
Because we get a brand new headset that is generally so much better than the first one, and we were all blown away by it. It was like that same feeling of putting on the headset that I got when putting on the VR1. And plus, getting to talk to Jane, yeah, it's a great week.
Yeah, you love to see it. March. All right. We remember when we all thought all roads led to Square Enix, but then there was a lot of roadblocks?
Yeah.
PlayStation has $5 billion in the bank possible for a Square Enix deal.
Hoo-wee.
I remember that week. That week was nuts because someone told me something about From Software.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what? And I was like the shark from Finding Nemo when he first smells blood, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what a dumb idiot. Anyway, not him, me, because I believed it. COD could be sabotaged on PlayStation. Remember that report from PlayStation? They were scared about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Starfield and Spider-Man holiday predictions.
Ooh.
Remember we thought they were going to go up same month?
Yeah. I do. I remember being really hardcore into thinking Spider-Man was going to be another September date. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And we pretty much nailed when Starfield was going to be because we said like first week of September.
Yeah.
But remember when we thought the two biggest games this holiday were going to be Spider-Man and Starfield?
Yeah. How wrong were we? Still
Just
major
nuts.
Games.
Major.
But
Don't get me wrong.
Every week had a major game.
Yeah. It's crazy. And and that's not like shade to Starfield because I love it. It's one of my favorite games.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. But it's just like, like nobody was thinking of Baldur's Gate. You know what I mean? Like, geez Louise. Anyway, Final Fantasy 16 preview. Elden Ring DLC set for 2023. Yikes on that part. Remember those rumors? God, I wanted it to be so true. Danielle Bisotti interview.
Yeah.
Remember, she taught me how to say her last name.
Yeah. Another fantastic human.
Oh my God, fantastic. Love her so very much. PS5 Pro in development. Look at it. This was the first time where we got inklings of not just the PS5 Pro, but the Portal and all the headsets and doodads that released literally this year.
Was this Pro literally the Slim? And everyone called it the PS5 Pro?
I think that's what it was at first. They're like, there's ideas of a Pro, definitely a Slim in the workings. Yeah. Burning Shores DLC details. Oh, remember the blog post? RE4 remake impressions, and then last but not least, the Spider-Man release date leaked by Venom actor. Guess what? He got it wrong. Redfall PS5 version scrapped. Whew. Dodged a bullet. Diablo 4 beta impressions And can PlayStation make a COD killer in 10 years? As we've seen with what Bungie's done this year,
Nah.
that's a firm no. So Kyle, biggest episode to you this year?
I'm gonna kick it right back to you because I've answered the last two. What do you think?
Okay. To me, I would think. Honestly, I think March doesn't win, like, because I think they're the weakest here.
Fair.
But like the Danielle interview is fantastic, and she's a phenomenal human being.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna say that one wins.
I agree.
Yeah.
Plus, it was like a FF16 preview, one of the best games of the year. We got to talk about it, so I'm down with that. Yeah.
Love to see it. Love to see it. All right, Kyle. Here comes April.
It's
ready?
It's really wild that we had Jane Perry and Danielle Basutti on weeks apart from each other.
Weeks apart.
That's crazy.
It's nuts. I know. April. E3 canceled again.
Oh, hey.
About that. Hold that thought. Yikes. And so can Summer Game Fest take its place? We just talked about that. What are the odds? The Last of Us PC problem. Remember Blackface Joel?
I don't actually.
Oh, take a look
bad?
at Steam Deck Joel. Take a look at Steam Deck Joel. Yeah. Not great. But it's funny how history kind of repeats itself. Yeah, E3 tried to find someone, just couldn't, and then they're like, "We'll be back next year." Definitely be back next year. Nope. PlayStation working on a new handheld for remote play.
What?
Ooh, yes. Is PSVR 2 the next Vita? Remember those conflicting stories of like, is it, isn't it? Who knows? It's still really who knows. PlayStation Showcase rumored for May. Ooh. All right. Final Fantasy 16 State of Play breakdown. Remember they show that game every other week? Well, for good reason. Hype as hell. Suicide Squad delayed to 2024. Remember they showed that game off. The last State of Play in March was nobody liked what they saw. And they're like, see you next year. And then sadly, Dreams dies on PS4. This is where like April month, it's got some hits, right?
Yeah.
Burning Shores review. PS games see a price increase on Steam. Dead Island 2 impressions. And then last but not leastly, the UK officially blocks the ABK deal. PlayStation acquires Firewalk Studio and Jedi Survivor review.
This is a tough one to pick.
Very tough. Very tough. This is a really good month.
There's at least one major big thing in each week. Honestly,
Tell me about it.
I think I gotta go UK blocks ABK deal.
Yeah, just because not so much that, but like also like PlayStation legitimately acquired a studio.
Yep, there was Jedi Survivor.
For me, it's Star Wars is in there, but like
I mean
that was the first Star Wars thing that I got to review. That meant a lot to me.
For sure. The new handheld, we didn't really know what it looked like yet. It was just kind of like a thing. Yeah, I think that's the right choice.
Here's the first 4 months.
Yep.
Right? January, Trophy Rewards. February, PSVR 2 launch week with Jane Perry interview. March, Final Fantasy 16 preview. And Danielle Bisotti interview. I put the because the Elden Ring DLC really hurts me.
Yeah.
April, UK blocks the ABK deal, and we just talked about it. PlayStation acquires Firewalk. What's the biggest story out of those 4 months?
I think we need to decide right here and right now because it would win the whole thing. We can't let the Trophy Rewards move on.
Fine. Fair.
Because it's not a story.
No.
It's just
something we're really proud of.
Really proud of the show that we put on.
Fair enough.
As we should. So out of these three, man, new headset launching. Got to talk to Celine from Returnal. We got to talk about FF16 and talk to freaking Freya with Danielle.
Can I
think I'm going with April.
Idea?
I'm thinking ABK.
Oh, really? Because I was thinking PSVR 2 week, because not only was that a great interview with Jane, but I felt like we had a really good conversation about PSVR 2.
Yeah.
It was a really good breakdown. But okay.
I'm fine either way. I'm fine either way. You know what? Yeah, I'm kind of with you. PSVR 2.
Let's do
it's a
PSVR
brand new
2.
headset. Yeah, we were hyped about it. Yeah,
that was and you know what? I'm still hyped about it. Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
You know? All right, Kyle. You ready for May's games?
It's gonna be May.
Episode? It's gonna be May.
Yep.
Spider-Man 2 ignites May PlayStation Showcase rumors. The PlayStation Pro dev kits are about to be shipped out to first-party studios. I know. Life, it works strange. And then the Gran Turismo / Twisted Metal trailers revealed. ... It was just the beginning.
Yeah.
Of the just awful Gran Turismo trailer on repeat. You could not, you couldn't turn away from it. It was always there.
Mm-hmm.
God. I say this one automatically doesn't win because it's giving me PTSD of like, just you in a lap, bruv. And I hate it. Please, can I get rid of it?
Yeah, I don't care. It's not going to win.
Good. All right, good. Thank God. The next story of May. Sony shuts down Pixel Opus. Phil Spencer talks about why, quote, great games simply won't save Xbox.
Was that 2 months in a row with something shutting down?
Yeah.
Not great.
Not great. State of Play predictions, ABK deal passes EU, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I got to talk about that.
Yeah.
And then last but not leastly, the PlayStation Showcase. Was it worth the wait? No.
No.
God, we had so high hopes.
I gotta rewatch it. I just gotta rewatch it.
I still don't think it's a bad showcase because there's a lot of games I want to play, but like, where's your Naughty Dogs? Where's your second, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm gonna go for May here, Kyle.
Yep.
I actually really want to do the Phil Spencer interview. I think, we're gonna be quoting him by saying like Xbox lost a generation to lose. I think is the biggest quote you're gonna be getting from an exec possibly ever. And the most candid.
I would agree.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
I'd rather not immortalize how let down I was from that showcase.
Yeah, fair enough.
And who knows? I might have been hyped during that episode. I legit don't know. But now in this moment in December, looking back on it, I can't even remember.
Couldn't even tell you. June, Summer Game Fest predictions. Second showcase rumors. Yeah, it was that bad. And did Bungie kill factions? I don't know. Did Bungie kill themselves?
Talk about something we have not stopped talking about.
No, I know. We can't escape it. All right, next one. Every PlayStation game reveal at the Summer Games Fest. Cough, cough. We got the Spider release date here. We got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth here. And Diablo 4 review. Ooh, Diablo 4. God bless. And then last but not least, the Final Fantasy 16 demo impressions. Embracer expects layoffs, ... And sadly for so many. So, Kyle, what was the biggest story here in the month of June?
It's got to be the Spidey and FF7 week.
Yeah, that was such a big pop. And I remember us going like, man, this is like a really good show for PlayStation. Why weren't these?
Yeah.
Why wasn't this shown at the, sorry.
I will say, though, that the fact that in June we were already talking about like big layoffs happening.
Yeah.
I think and now knowing just how prevalent it was in this year.
Yeah.
It's just nuts how I know you've heard it everywhere, but like it's a great year for video game releases, not a great year for video game devs and the people who make them. And it's a bummer. We'll always have like a little asterisk when I think of 2023, at least in my mind.
Absolutely. July. The top 10 games of PlayStation top 10 PlayStation games of 2023 so far. And then the PlayStation 5 redesign outed by Microsoft of all people. Remember that. And our Synapse review. Yeah. Honestly, I could even tell you what those top 10 games were. Because like undoubtedly that list drastically changed by the end of this year.
1,000,000%.
Yeah. Finally, God, they ended it. Finally, Microsoft wins the FTC Activision case, and Last of Us show nominated for 24 Emmys. Ooh-wee. The Last of Us Part 2 remake rumors started here, Kyle. PlayStation signs a 10-year COD deal, and the PlayStation Access controller date revealed. Then last but not least, is Venom a playable character in Spider-Man 2? I don't know, you tell me. Project Q leaks, quote, the PlayStation Portal baby, and Sea Stars joins the PlayStation Plus collection. What is the biggest story in July, sir?
Oh, it's Microsoft winning the case.
Yeah. Nothing else comes close,
Hands
sadly.
down.
But you know what? It's also the last time I think we're going to realistically, I think it's the last time where it's a major topic on the show. And I appreciate it.
Yeah. Really quickly.
Yeah.
Have the Emmys happened?
I was about to ask you that same question.
Because they got nominated all the way back in July?
Yes. No, I do think they won a few things. I do think
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, let me see. Emmy. Oh, you're going to check it?
Yeah, I'm going to check.
All right, you check it while I read the list. August, our most anticipated holiday games. They removed the beep sound on your PS5 update. Red Dead Redemption remake rumors.
January 15th is the Emmys.
Oh, okay.
Cool, so that's a long lead up for nominations.
Pretty long. And Xbox and Square are friends again. Look at that.
Yeah. Really quickly, shout out to Dark Scouter Gamer. New here and just subbed. Hope it's going well and stay awesome. Thank you, Dark Scouter.
Hey, thank you. And welcome aboard. Link down below for that Discord, Join the community. Join the fam. All right. PS5 cloud streaming project Kronos. The PlayStation streaming on your PS5 program. That leaked out. Massive PS5 first-party games delayed. That was a rumor into 2024. And looking at the lineup for next year, I think that is realistically the case. And then Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 reveal. The hope, the excitement, the optimism I had. PS5 Slim leaks in the wild, and Baldur's Gate 3 makes devs panic, ? I remember that episode. Crazy stuff. Last but not leastly, the PlayStation Portal revealed, baby, everything at Gamescom. Immortals of Avium / Armored Core 6 impressions. What was the biggest story of
pretty weak
August?
Month?
Yeah.
Pretty weak
It's one of those, it's, the summer and everybody's taking off, but we got to make content and we have fun. Honestly, summer episodes, we have so much fun.
Absolutely.
Just clowning around.
I think it's got to be cloud streaming and first party delayed, right?
Yeah, and also, and I think that is the most impactful.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to make reference to, if you hear any squeaking or yipping and yapping, that's just the doggo. She's 3 months old. She don't know any better right now.
Thanks for covering for me. But yeah, those squeaks are coming from me.
Fair enough. I think, and honestly, I tried the PlayStation streaming on your PS5. That's actually super freaking impressive. I did that for Horizon Forbidden West literally the other day to get the little PlayStation Stars like Strider, and it worked really flawlessly. The game looks gorgeous. Yeah. All right, Kyle. Out of all these months, what was the biggest story to you, sir?
This is a bit of a harder question.
All right. Now we're really getting into it.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to separate what was major for us in PlayStation Land and what was major in all of gaming. And I think the all of gaming edges out the PlayStation.
Yeah.
But I just don't know which one. Is it the Phil Spencer quote or is it Microsoft winning the case?
I'm gonna give it because we all knew that the case was gonna be won. Anybody really?
I'm leaning your way to the Phil Spencer quote because I think that is.
There's so much inside baseball in that kind of funny interview.
The insight is awesome.
And that's what's really important out of everything. The insight we gained out of literally the head of Xbox, like pretty much kind of pleading to people like, guys, it's not that serious. Like it really isn't. Please stop. Um, I really dug it. I really did. All right, Kyle. The last final 4 months of 2023. Let's get into it. State of play rumors. Starfield versus Boulder Gate 3. How bold. Spider-Man PS5 console hands-on review. Ooh, she is beautiful. Second story.
Nice.
It is. It's really nice. It's like this little ivory tower built off of all the PlayStation 5, Spider-Man editions.
God, they need to put those covers back. I don't. What are they doing?
I don't know. It's like they don't want to make money.
Exactly.
Pisses me off. Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty impressions. Elder Scrolls 6 ain't coming to PlayStation. Remember when we thought, Xbox could buy Nintendo? Remember when that kind of leaked out? Remember that? I remember. State of play recap on Final Fantasy Rebirth. Release date and Spider-Man 2 previews. Then last but not leastly, I think this one just takes it. I don't even think we need to talk about it.
There's no discussion.
No discussion. Jim Ryan stepping down as CEO, and is Last of Us Factions canned?
And not to be bullish.
Okay.
I think this story encapsulates PlayStation of 2023.
Really? How so?
I mean, our figurehead of PlayStation, I say our as a fan, not because I'm part of it, steps down, and we're seeing the wake of what the what's that word, programs that he tried to put in place, the
right,
activations he tried to put in, the future plans of like
the blueprint,
the roadmap. The roadmap of what he was trying to do kind of waver, and how we're trying to learn what the future. That's why the future is so uncertain, and also like Last of Us Factions was, I think, the most anticipated PlayStation thing for a lot of us.
Yeah,
and the fact that is it canned, is it not, and we're still kind of wondering what's going on with that game. Is this another Last Guardian situation going on? Who knows? Like, it's been just a very wishy-washy PlayStation year, and I think this is definitely one that kind of covers it all.
I think you said it perfectly. I couldn't even add anything more to that. October. All right, we're getting into it. Factions confirmed to be put on ice. Naughty Dog layoffs. AC Mirage impressions. That was a brutal episode. That episode hurt. Just because of all the mean reactions that people are like, what can you say this thing and you're a jerk for saying? I'm like, all right, I guess I'm a piece of shit. Really, it was like a good like half dozen of y'all. Y'all gotta relax because I said some words. PS5, not all you guys are great. There's just like the 0.001% of y'all. You gotta, whoa.
Yeah, Yuna. No, I'm sorry. It's not Yuna. Whoa. It's not Yuna. Just a joke.
She's the best.
Exactly.
All right. PS5 Slim revealed. Is Disney planning on acquiring EA? God. No. More Last of Us Part 2 remaster rumors. Interesting. Spider-Man 2 review. The Game Award nominee predictions. And PC games getting PlayStation Trophy support, ? Yes. Alan Wake 2 impressions, Spider-Man 2, a Game of the Year contendee, and the PlayStation 5 Slim disk drive requires an internet connection. Kyle, which story was the biggest of October?
This one's tougher.
Right?
Because, Factions being put on ice is kind of big, but also we kind of cover that in September.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Ooh, man.
It was more like the confirmation. I remember that.
Okay.
They're like, yeah.
You might have to pick this one.
Okay.
Similar to how earlier you were like, you got to review a Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
I got to play Alan Wake before anybody else.
Bam, that one wins.
So I'm thinking that's my choice, but.
You know what? I'm gonna put it there because Alan Wake's a great game, and honestly. That was a huge also just opportunity for us at the trophy room.
to play one of the year's biggest games early a little bit. I think, it's good.
Yeah,
it's fun.
And honest to goodness, from what I hear, the game didn't sell great. So please go out and buy Alan Wake 2. Yeah. Please. It's literally what we've been begging, right? Like these brilliant ideas, brilliant risks. Go support that. Go support Remedy. I bet they're fine, but like,
oh yeah,
please support this game. It's magnificent. It's literally one of the greatest games I've ever played. Go.
Cue me stepping up on my soapbox.
Yeah.
Could have been better if there was a physical edition. All right, let me step down.
And Kyle, the award for the joke of the night goes to you, sir. November. Oh my God.
Here we go.
I think the first one gets it. I don't know. Bungie's massive layoffs. Sony's live service strategy needs a reboot. PlayStation planning on more acquisitions. Boy, maybe they shouldn't. Alan Wake 2, a Game of the Year contender. That's when we both got to play it in depth. Second one. Remember the GTA 6 trailer rumors at the Game Awards? What? Warner Brothers focusing on live service games? Yikes. And PlayStation removes Twitter integration. The third story of November. Is the PlayStation Portal worth it? Spoiler, hard yes. Alan Wake 2 / Baldur's Gate 3 score top nominations at the Game Awards and top wins. Why, and this is the last one, why The Last of Us Part 2 remaster makes sense. The KOTOR remake canceled. COD Blops 6 leaked the perfect PlayStation 5 bundle. Kyle, what do you think is the biggest story in November, sir?
Oh, boy.
Think about it.
I'm thinking.
Just take a gander.
Thinking.
Don't get sheepish. Don't get shy with me, boy.
It's the Bungie news.
Yeah. I think that's massive and honestly eye-opening because for so long we were saying it just along with everybody else. It's just like anybody knows how to make a live service game work, probably them. And we were echoing that for months and egg on our face. But really egg on those execs' faces.
Big time.
Embarrassing on their part. Awful. Okay, Kyle, last two stories come from December. Microsoft wants, and I retitled this title. Okay. Microsoft wants Game Pass on PlayStation, says CFO at an investor meeting. Don't worry, Phil Spencer had an emergency interview the day after to tell us laymen that his CFO said to his investors that it isn't happening. Although Xbox months before in a hearing during the ABK deal stated that they tried to get Game Pass on Nintendo and PlayStation. Yep, everything checks out. You're right. I take Phil Spencer's word. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I mean, it's not happening.
Cool.
Not the guy that has a fiduciary obligation to his investors. All right. Sure, big guy. Sure. The biggest winners at the Game Awards. Spoilers, it wasn't the developers.
Really quickly, shout out. I know a lot of people were shouting her out today.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rebecca Valentine at IGN. She she's reached out to some of the devs and they got to write up their speeches.
That's
awesome.
That's
an article on IGN. I please go read it. Like the Sea of Star devs got to give out like their little speeches of them, which I think was a really awesome idea, and I love that very much, Rebecca. So
and very embarrassing if your name's Jeff Keighley.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, Kyle. Biggest story these last 4 months.
We're not picking one for December. I think it's the Game Awards one, by the way.
Sorry, not the.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
I think it's the Jim.
Just want that smoke tonight, you know. That's all I want.
It's the Jim Ryan stepping down. Last of Us Factions.
Yeah. It's absolutely, my dude. Absolutely.
Might be the biggest news thing we talked about all year, which is our next question.
Yeah.
Like I think that is the winner of the year. I think.
Well, let's see it. So the top 4 stories. Top 4 stories are PSVR 2 launch week with Jane Perry interview. Sony shuts down Pixel Opus. Phil Spencer on why great games simply won't save Xbox. And then Jim Ryan stepping down. Sorry, top 3. I said 4. Jesus. Jim Ryan stepping down as CEO and Last of Us factions canned. If I will say this, if you're looking at the bigger picture, I think the Phil Spencer interview is probably the biggest story us gamers are going to get in a very long time.
Sure.
But I'm with you, Kyle, where I think Jim Ryan stepping down as CEO, Last of Us factions being canned, the will they, won't they, the dance around it. I think that has a bigger impact on Sony as a whole. I mean, obvious.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, like PlayStation's live service implementation is gonna need, and it's probably going through a reboot. And I think the next person that fills Jim Ryan's shoes has some monumental tasks to take on. Not to say like PlayStation's in trouble. They sold so many PlayStations the last quarter.
Great.
Yeah, they're doing fantastic. But a task of a CEO to understand the culture and what the audience's wants or needs are and everything in between. You're right. I actually do. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Jim Ryan stepping down.
Because like, what are most of us PlayStation fans feeling about 2024? Me personally, I'm very uncertain at what 2024 is going to bring to me in terms of PlayStation. And I think this week of stories for the Jim Ryan stepping down and Last of Us factions, that's all just uncertainty. Who's going to take Jim Ryan's place? What's going to happen to the lineup? We made a pitch for us to be in that role. Yeah. Bring us on, Sony.
We'll be co-CEOs.
First bit of business, unblocking Kyle and Joe from PS Direct. That's the first thing we're doing.
That's right.
And like
first day, I'm gonna be a dictator. The rest of them, I'm gonna be CEO. Don't you worry about it. And then, the first day, dictator, and I'm unbanning us from PlayStation Direct.
Yeah, 1000%.
God bless.
And and just factions being canned is huge. Again, just the future of what first party is.
Won't they?
Yeah.
And look, again, we do have games coming out this year: Helldivers, Stellar Blade, Rise of Ronin, Final Fantasy,
Silent Hill 2.
It's gonna be imperative about like the deals that PlayStation makes, both in XDev and third party, right? I mean, you see it with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Like that is a third party developed game exclusively, at least for the time being, on PlayStation. You know, same with Silent Hill, Stellar Blade, XDev, Rise of Ronin, XDev. You know, what's PlayStation missing in 2024 is the true first party. The Sucker Punches, the Bends, the Naughty Dogs. You know, that's what we don't know yet. And are we going to get a second showcase in January to quell those fears? I don't think so. I think we're going to get a state of play about, Helldivers and Final Fantasy. But
at this point, I don't think so. There's been more monumental blog posts this year than state of plays.
Yeah. Makes you think. But that's it, Kyle.
Yeah, are you going to ask me the next question? Because I was going to segue into it.
What do you mean?
How was the year for PlayStation?
How was the year for PlayStation overall?
I mean, that being said, I think it was, from the games we played, I think it was pretty darn good. I think it was an amazing year for non-PlayStation games. Talk about hardware. We got a brand new VR headset and a PlayStation Portal that is exceeding all of our expectations. And the VR 2, like, really taking that leap forward into what we want from VR.
Mm-hmm.
So if I were to give it a grade, I would say a B. I wouldn't say too much more than that. And that, like, Spider-Man helps. Final Fantasy 16 helps.
Right.
Other smaller games here. Sea of Stars being a day one game on PS Plus helps a whole lot. But there's just... there was also just a ton of really bad news and a lot of being quiet that I think hinders them a little bit. Maybe B's even a little bit too high. Maybe B-. I don't know.
It definitely made me think about, as a creator, in 2024 of like how I know there was like a part in time. This is a little inside baseball ball of like, how do we change it up when the news is this dry? Like what can we do to make the show exciting and all that stuff? Because yeah, 2023, man, I mean there's a lot of moments where yeah, we had to get creative with it, and I think when we got creative with it and we had just fun with it, I think we made some of our best episodes. Like you talk about, like, yeah, the summer was pretty dry outside like some of the Game Fest stuff, but like those episodes are some of my favorite because they were just so much fun to make. So on the hardware side, I think it's a really good year for PlayStation. Like, you have really great games, Synapse, Horizon Call of the Mountain, you got the PSVR 2 headset. You have them making deals with people like to get Beat Saber on PlayStation VR 2, right?
The accessibility controller too, finally out there and
yeah,
allowing people who need it to actually play PlayStation again,
which is awesome. And then and again, and even like for the first time, like those things are truly special. The PlayStation Portal is one of my favorite devices this year. I didn't think I would say that, but I love it. And maybe one day I'll get those Explorer earbuds. Only kidding, I'm gonna get the Impulse ones because F it at this point. But like, it was a good year for the hardware side of things, for the peripheral side of things. But when it comes down to like the games, you're 100% right, Kyle. First off, Spider-Man, stellar. Final Fantasy 16, really great. A dry year for them outside of those things. But when you think about PlayStation, they normally do have 3 to 4 exclusive titles. And I bet PlayStation would throw, hey, whoa. Fire Sprites, Call of the Mountain is a PlayStation game. It is an exclusive. You can't get anywhere else. Mm-hmm. And they would lump that in there. Yeah. And they're right.
Technically, at the same exact Baldur's Gate was console exclusive for a few months.
For a little bit. Yeah. For a little bit. So, like, I think PlayStation, for lack of their silence, had a really great year on paper. I think even just them going out there and making deals with third party and second party, like Jedi Survivor, with Hogwarts Legacy being so massive and them tying themselves to that IP so incredibly well. Like when we talk about like some of the adverts we saw, like what was the latest one? Like, can you feel it or whatever on PlayStation 5? Mm-hmm. Hogwarts Legacy is there.
Yeah.
It's prominent alongside like your Horizons, your God of Wars. It was there. It was wild. So like seeing them make those deals with third party to make you think that, oh yeah, Alan Wake's a PlayStation exclusive or whatever, that's important. And even them seeing and seizing opportunities with Baldur's Gate, for example. PlayStation came in, and once Xbox didn't have it, and once the love of Baldur's Gate came to be in fruition, whatever, man, PlayStation jumped on that quickly. So I think when it comes to everything said and done, make a very long story short, I would give them a B. Like, it's an 80, like you made it, but I'm giving you some bonus points. I think
it's
next
a B
year,
with extra credit.
Yeah. It's because you got the last bonus question right, and you signed your name at the top.
Yeah.
It wasn't the strongest year that I would like, and I think it's because we don't know what's out in the future of the PlayStation first party, and I think that's when we get a little sheepish and a little nervous.
Kyle, I'm going to add a little thing that might make it bump up a little bit in my eyes that we haven't touched on yet.
All right. Ooh.
It actually was a pretty great year for PlayStation. Because it was the most watched show on HBO. Like, there's Last of Us, there's Gran Turismo, we got a theatrical release.
Let's stop.
Twisted Metal went over extremely well. Like,
great, actually.
Now that I'm thinking about it, PlayStation, outside of just games, like bringing more awareness to PlayStation as a brand, like, hey, this is a really cool IP we have in Last of Us and HBO, and they crushed it. And I haven't watched Gran Turismo yet, but whatever. People love Twisted Metal. Like, it's
season 2's coming.
I think they're doing great things there too. So maybe it might bump it up to a more solid B in my eyes.
Yeah, no extra credit.
No, but like it's more. I'm more firm
Fair.
and confident in my B. Remembering all that
enough.
stuff.
But I do think 2024 is the year they got to start talking. This is when we really got to see the moves starting to be made. No more sheepishness. No more like. Listen, I don't give a shit at this point, dude. I don't give a shit. You show me a trailer for Ben's next game, and it's 3 years away. Show me what you're working on. Damn it!
Why am I going to buy a Pro? We're now in that kind of cycle. If you're going to show us a PS5 Pro, what are we playing on it? That's other than Wolverine and FF7 Rebirth. Give me something other than those two.
As I live and breathe, the Wolverine. I saw 2 pictures from it, Kyle. Saw it.
Ooh-wee.
Spoiler alert: Wolverine was in them.
Oh no!
I know. It's crazy stuff. But yeah. They no more blog posts. I mean, as I say that, Fuji writes, Sony, please, no more blog posts. I want trailers and videos. Yes. God, I'm a gamer. I'm not a book reader. I don't want to read a blog.
And while we're on it, do an indie focused state of play. Don't do an hour-long streak of tweets every 10 minutes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I want to shake you, you know? All right. Those are our thoughts. That was the year wrapped. And again, I'm actually, because PlayStation's been so silent, and I know they got to start making some moves. Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this year.
Yeah.
Very excited. That said, let's talk about some Flash news. Gotta go fast.
Run into 2024.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know what you said. We moved so fast.
I said we were running into 2024.
Oh, okay, good. Spider-Man 2 New Game Plus has been delayed to early 2024.
Cool.
Felt like they put that out because some of the leaks happened.
Sure.
That's what I feel.
That's fine. I got Alan Wake 2 New Game Plus to worry about.
It's true. Don't worry. You guys, hang on to it.
I've got this next thing to play.
Yeah. God of War Ragnarok. Valhalla DLC has trophies and story content. Ooh.
During the day, working in games PR, trying to find journalists for things.
You can't find any of them because there ain't nothing out there.
I saw a spoiler of something that happens in Valhalla, and it has me very excited.
Oh. Okay.
Like a certain person you fight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Last but not leastly, the last haul of 2023 is here. Okay? You ready for it?
No, I'm
PlayStation
ready.
Plus Extra and Premium Game Catalog. This screams Joe all over it. Let me tell you. Holy shit. They were just like, hey, remember when that dumb gave us a B on his little silly podcast?
Yeah.
We're going to win him over with this. Grand Theft Auto 5, PS4, PS5.
If you don't already own it.
I don't own the game. I own online. How
okay.
that works, I don't know. Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin, PS4, PS5. Moto GP 23 on PS4, PS5. They get me back with Metal Hellsinger on PS5, PS4. Sultan Sacrifice on PS5, PS4. Moon Scars. I got a scar on the moon, you see. You want to see it? It's on my thigh.
Cool gothic Metroidvania. I think you'd be into it.
That's right. And honestly, when I saw it, I'm like, hell yeah, I'd be into this. Mega Man 11, are you kidding me? Absolutely, yes, on PS4. Gigabash on PS4, PS5. Grime on PS4, PS5. Tinykin on PS4, PS5. Kyle, guess what?
Wait.
I almost bought Tinykin the other day.
Yeah.
And something told me, hold off. Thank God I did.
Look at you.
PS4, PS5.
Isn't Grime Elon's ex?
Let's not talk about that man here. Yes, it is. Proteus on PS5, PS4.
Another Joe-ass game
that I was going to buy the other day. So there's just like, hold on.
Really good Doom, old school retro first-person shooter. It's awesome.
Ooh-wee. Shadowrun returns on PS4, PS5. Shadowrun Dragonfall Director's Cut. Oh, look at they pulled a Kojima. PS4, PS5. Shadowrun Hong Kong. Okay, now we're getting a little ridiculous. Extended edition PS4, PS5. And then for the premium games. Oh my god. PlayStation Plus Premium Classics. Best year. I'm sorry, best month right here. Okay? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Mega Man Legacy Collection. Mega Man Legacy Collection 2. Done. We got it. Unlock. What a collection. I can't wait. I love Mega Man. Not a lot of people like I don't wear my love on my sleeve for Mega Man as I should, but man, oh man, I think it was the Game Boy Mega Man. My brother and I used to play on repeat. Yeah, Kyle. Stevenson,
can I put my tinfoil hat on real quick?
Please.
Capcom says they have a major game coming out in the beginning of next year. Is this a hint? We're trying to prepare us for a new Mega Man?
God, I hope. I mean, it's not like
they're literally like all there in this month drop.
Honestly, I will say yes, because though it's not like a major game at this point, it's not like Monster Hunter. You got Dragon's Dogma. So like major game doesn't mean necessarily AAA.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do it. Mega Man. Kyle Stevenson called it here. When everybody gets excited, you know who said it first.
This guy.
Yeah, yeah. And Foolish Fuji writes in, just like you can too, over at the Trophy Room YouTube channel, at PS Trophy Room. Follow us there, like, subscribe. How do you feel about all the indies that we got in the extra library? Did we get enough? Kyle Stevenson, Trophy Room. Also 6-1 Indie fan.
I don't know month-to-month basis if we got enough.
In your gut, do you feel it?
I would say yes. Strictly on the laurels that we got Chia and Sea of Stars as part of the service day one. Sea of Stars alone is a Game of the Year nominee for us. Like,
yeah,
that's worth it.
Mega Man goddamn collection. You kidding me? What's the medal? Let's go. I mean, those aren't indies, but this just get me excited. Mm-hmm. All right, Kyle. Let's talk about hell. Let's run it all along, you know? Let's talk about what you've been playing, Kyle.
Sure. I don't want to go too long because we do have to record another episode.
I mean, listen, let's have fun with it, okay? There's no drop this week. Let's have fun.
Okay.
All I've been playing is Baldur's Gate, and I know I should be playing Sea of Thieves instead.
No, you should be playing Baldur's Gate.
But we have on Sunday. Like I think I'm 18 hours in.
Sea of Stars. Okay. You said Sea of Thieves.
Oh, so sorry.
That's why I said play. No, okay, yeah, you should play Sea of Stars.
I should. Tomorrow I shall.
Baldur's Gate's real good. I got to a point where I lost an hour and a half of progress because all my party died. So I have to reload a save, and I didn't save for an hour or something. So, whoops! But you know what? I'm gonna have a good time.
On paper, this game shouldn't be for me.
No, it definitely should not. I'm just over here. I've for years tried to get you to play an old school RPG, and here you are playing a D&D game.
And goddamn, Kyle, we should start a D&D group. Can we do that?
Do not tempt me.
Could we make that like a Patreon thing?
But we would need to find a GM. That's the hardest part.
You don't think there's someone in this community that would like to talk to us who's also a GM?
I would die. I want to play D&D again so bad.
Who knows?
Oh, God.
And but they also got to be patient with me.
Yeah.
Especially my ADHD ass. Sure. Getting up to get a high C every 15 minutes.
Sure.
Make it so provocative joke I shouldn't, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, Baldur's Gate is just phenomenal. And it's funny because I played it on my Steam Deck for the first month, and I got to the same point I just got to now. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, this is a really great game. I'm going to play it when I'm at work. Never touched it afterwards. Like, Starfield came and it just evaporated, right? And then, talking about our game of the year, talking about the 5 awards it won at the TGAs, I was like, you know what? Let me double dip I'm gonna go get the PlayStation version. I need to see, and I also want to support these developers even more so because this is legitimately an indie game.
Mm-hmm.
And ooh wee, man. This game, I literally, I'm like 10 hours in. I got to the same place I was when I first dropped it, and there's no way that I'm dropping it anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's so in depth in all of its systems. It kind of gives me like when I get lost in the sauce when it comes to like Dark Souls mechanics of like just looking up and researching like the best like min-maxing of a character. Baldur's Gate has me doing that. It's even getting me foolish of just like, how can I platinum this game?
Oh boy, I've given up on that.
Sure, it's 250 plus hours, but like, goddamn, I want to do it. You know,
it's like, I think you know me enough, and people who listen know me enough, where I want to see everything a game can do.
Yeah.
And this game is testing that
yeah.
for me, where like I let an NPC died on me that I was supposed to bring somewhere, and I just saved over it. And then I was like, oh, well, I'm never going to see that quest line ever.
Yep.
I got to be okay with that. And you're constantly confronted with those things every moment. But I sort of really, really love that because I'm building my own story. My story's different than yours. Like it's great.
It's kind of like the water cooler moments of like, yeah, this is like not linear per se, but like there is like this story that you're following, but the choices are different. So you guys actually get to have like the conversation of like, I know the quest you're talking about. I did the same thing, but I let them live. And I then went into a secret place that I wasn't supposed to, and I killed all the leaders of a thing. And so I was just like, and now I don't have to do a big thing that's about to happen because I did that thing.
Yeah.
And you have a totally different outcome than me.
Yeah.
And so it's just like the choices that we're both making and the amount of thought that goes into not just the systems of like, picking your character, its origins, all that stuff, but like the combat as well, like manipulating and thinking about the environment before you just head on in there.
I mean, just thinking of how the environment, how the buildings, the structures, the items, every single unique enemy, your companions, every single one needs to react to every single spell, every single action, every single bonus action of pushing, of jumping, of throwing items. Like there is so much to plan for. And I would love to see their storyboard room with like the yarns going everywhere. Like, okay, if someone does this, then this unlocks. And then from here, this unlocks, but this is now gone away and thrown out. Like the amount of planning it must have taken. And I can see why it took so long to leave early access. Just because there is so much in this game. And like, I think this is going to be a forever game for me.
Oh yeah?
Just hop it in for every once in a while, roll a new character, make somebody brand new, just kind of mess around a little bit. Like, I can see myself doing that.
What class did you roll, by the way?
Well, I remade a character. So I was Warlock. I went with a Paladin now.
Okay. Goody two-shoes over here.
No.
You're an Oathbreaker?
Yeah.
A little bit of a renegade. Look at you.
Yeah. She's still hot, by the way. My character is still hot. Still a tiefling. I got a type. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm more of a half elfin type of look. I got a half elf mix with a fighter, and so like,
fun.
and so like for me, I'm getting lost in like, I know the fighter is like the easier beginner class, so this is gonna get me into it. But like, even though the systems at play, I'm like, I wonder what my team composition could be because like, what's the rogue guy's name? Everybody wants to have sex with.
One
Astarion,
Performer of the Year.
Performer of the Year. It honestly goes to show how fucking excellent he is. In the beginning, I'm like, I hate this dude. I hate this guy. Get out of my face. And then halfway in, I'm like, how do I want him in my group, but like, I'm also trying to romance, Shadowheart over here. Like, how do I? How
Or
do I
even
make
that
this
moment,
work?
like the
Yes.
Githyanki, um,
Respectfully, by the way. Yeah.
the fighter. I made her multi-class so she could get some spells. So that way she doesn't
Oh.
have to get super close. Like you have that flexibility to kind of mold all these different characters. Not to mention, you can restart the campaign and play as one of them.
Yes.
Which is
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah. And like as you're saying that, I'm like, oh my god, I could now re-roll Lizelle as like a tank because I want to. Like I like her a lot.
Yeah.
Like recipes, she has like a Captain Holt quality of her,
Mm-hmm.
where like instead of it hit like Captain Holt was always like very serious, right? But like her, it's like she's always just really aggressive. Matter of fact, get out. Like we have a mission to do, just do it. Like she's so like she's. It's strange. Like she's like single note, but like in a good way, like or single tone rather. It's just really good. I really like her character an awful lot. So like they've done a great job writing each and every one of these characters. So much so that I'm less like I identify as Gale.
Sure. Yeah.
He's me 100%.
I like Gale.
He's always effing around, and then like when it comes to like something that's gonna affect him, he's like, all right guys, let's hey, back on track, let's go. No time for jokes.
I'm also really enjoying kind of like messing around with their relationships with each other.
Yeah.
And like no spoilers because it's like the first main quest you go on. I still haven't even finished it, but it's like find a cure for the little thing in your brain. And I am now at the point where I have 3 different options. And I'm trying to figure out which is the best for me and the companions that I really like. Like, do I go with Lazelle's? Like, go with the tribe? Do I find this druid healer and maybe make this druid healer be the one to kind of do it? Maybe, or this goblin priestess I ran into can do, but I don't trust her. She seems weird. So like I love that there's multiple ways to fulfill a goal, a quest line, and it's mind-blowing. It's one of my favorite games ever.
Yeah. I know this is really crazy to say, but like a game doesn't need to be live action, you know, cinematic.
Definitely
toss you halfway through Manhattan to be a real fun time.
Yeah.
You know, and both games could be excellent. Who could have thought?
Who could have thought?
Two totally different games with two totally different budgets.
It's almost like, you know, you can cook eggs a multitude of different ways and they all taste pretty great.
But the best way is sunny side up, slightly runny.
Yeah, I'm well, maybe not sunny side up. Maybe a flip over once or twice. But a little bit of runny. Yeah.
Well, you got there needs to be yolk. Like you can't have that yolk hardened.
Yeah. I used to be a yolk broken boy. I learned my ways.
I'm sorry, what's that?
A yolk broken? Where you break the yolk and it's just completely a fried egg? No runniness at all? Yeah, I was real dumb.
Thank God you changed.
I was real dumb.
Real talk, I had a hamburger awakening. Okay.
Oh, did you put an egg on a burger? I've always wanted to try it.
You never have?
I never have.
I remember I was like 22, 23, and they're like, here's like, I forget what type of burger they call it. They like put an egg on it. I'm like, you crazy son of a bitch. What is this? And
yeah, go ahead.
I bit into it. The yolk popped, and oh my God, I think I him. Like it was just like, whoa, I saw God.
2 quick stories. I went to a diner in New York City with friends, and I ordered an egg sandwich, and I ate it, and it popped, and it went all over my shirt. And that yolk does not get. You don't clean that very well, so it was dried yolk on my shirt the rest of the day, walking around the city. 2, I think
might have looked like something else. Yeah,
could have. 2, I think I told you this before, or told the story just in general. A friend in high school, we went to a diner for breakfast, and the waitress was like, okay, how do you want your eggs? And he dead serious goes, how do they come? had no idea that eggs could be cooked different ways. And we were in college, like we were home from college. How I was laughing so hard. I apologized for him. I was like, I'm so sorry. There's scrambled, there's fried, there's sunny. He was like, scrambled. All right, okay, cool. It's fine. Whatever.
All right. Can I tell you one very embarrassing story for me? All right.
Yeah, go for it.
So one of my favorite desserts is rice pudding. It's been rice pudding for a very long time. I also had awakening for desserts, and there's this Greek place that has the best rice pudding. But now when I say rice pudding, I really have to emphasize pudding because I accidentally said, "Can I have rice instead?"
Joe, you did not.
I didn't have it on the brain. I don't know why.
Joseph.
It just came out like that.
How? Why? Why? Also, why do I have a Cheerio in my pocket? What the hell?
I was so red in the face, and even like the waiter was just like, "You dumb idiot," and like my friend, they just turned to them. They're like, "He means pudding." Like, most embarrassing. Top 5. I'd rather pee my pants on a stage full of 500 people. Yeah, than do that again.
Yeah.
Because now I look like a deviant for pudding.
That's wild.
Kyle, you want to talk about the other chickens?
Yeah. I'll talk about it briefly. Didn't play a whole lot of it. As a massive rhythm game fan, I downloaded Fortnite for Fortnite Festival.
How you liking it? They're gonna come out with a guitar for it. I was gonna.
That is what I was gonna say. That is what I'm most excited for, because I can't do it on the controller.
All right, fair.
My brain is wired to strum on a guitar or actually hit a physical rock band drum kit. Because I chose to play drums in Fortnite Festival.
Oh,
like the drum track.
Okay.
It's fun. It's cool. They got all those songs in there, which is great. I didn't get a chance to look. Maybe you can customize the controls. I'm not sure. But if I could map them to the shoulder buttons, I think I would have a much better time.
Okay.
But yeah, it's cool. It's Harmonix behind it. Harmonix knows what they're doing when it comes to rhythm games.
Nice.
And then the other one is, I don't think I talked about it last week because
you didn't. This is new. I know you were excited for it because it came out.
Yeah, it just came to PlayStation randomly. Another one, like if we were to do our platinum nominations now, I would add it to the Indie Awards. But Have a Nice Death, which is not a Metroidvania, excuse me, a roguelike game where you play as the Grim Reaper and you're running your office and things are going awry and you got to figure it out. Granted, I'm kind of speeding through the story because I just want that gameplay loop. So there's a lot of humor in there, being little Grim Reaper and fighting off your employees because they're slacking off. But it's super fun. Little bummed about the resources and how you get them. So like you get these things called Soulary, which are basically just souls, and you use them for upgrading your weapons in a run, buying items, various other things. You get like 1 or 2 at a time, and things cost 75, 100. So like I feel like I'm not getting enough in my runs to feel fulfilled. So that part of the loop is a little bit of a bummer, but I am enjoying uncovering new spells and skills and finding new mini bosses and finding the bosses, because they do change after you beat them a certain amount of times. Next time you find them, they have a different form in different phases, and
nice.
So that's kind of cool.
Hades.
Yeah, but if you lose to that, then they revert back to the old one, and then you have to beat them to unlock the new phase, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So it's fun. It's beautiful. It's black and white with pops of color here and there. Yeah, if you like a good roguelike, I would definitely pick it up, even though there's Valhalla now and God of War Ragnarok. We're getting the Last of Us one in a month. So yeah, that's all I've been playing. Also, wild people are playing Last of Us 2 Remastered already. They got codes.
Right?
That's
not us.
They're very confident in that game, obviously.
I mean, obviously. Last of Us Part 2
I would be too, yeah.
Well, Kyle, it's time. For the last time this year, we'll say, prepare the drop.
Nope.
Here are the latest deals and what's that?
Nope. Try again.
Right, there's nothing this week. There's nothing. Literally, I just wanted to say prepare the drop.
Oh, you already said there was no drop earlier, so that's why I thought you Messed up. That's
I
me.
just wanted to say.
That's on me.
Nah, you're fine. Hey, Kyle, it's though time for the final segment of the night. It's time for the Sony Polar Express. Stingray actually got it.
Yeehaw!
Yeah. Sorry, I did it. What are you holding on to? Oh,
Venom.
okay. It's a Venom statue.
He's got to
again.
be here for this, right? It's the
He's
last
a
live
repeat.
Pony Express.
That's true. What am I gonna hold? Let me see. What's right next to me?
Also, this is what my niece brought down earlier. She's been begging to build this because I haven't done it in a while. Little Hulk Lego, like little.
Oh,
yeah.
Look at that. I'm holding on to
Mew?
Mjolnir right here.
Nice.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, I just hit myself in the head.
You ready?
I guess.
Read the first question, sir.
Oh, I forgot. I read these now. Stingray X. Welcome to the Sony Polar Express. Yeah. Question. What was your best gaming accomplishment of the year? Take care and have a great holiday.
Gaming accomplishment.
I mean, first in the world to plat MLB The Show this year.
Yep.
I platted some really hard games. And I'm proud of that. So, you know.
We interviewed Ben Starr.
Oh, yeah.
We interviewed Danielle Bisotti.
And Jane Perry.
Jane Perry. Jesus.
And the Demio devs as well. Like, we did a lot of really cool interviews. That is true.
Yeah. God damn. Sorry, I just remembered because for some reason I didn't see Ben Starr in the notes I made. How could I?
Yeah.
You know?
That's wild.
Man's a gaming treasure.
It's taken over the internet now, which I love.
Love it. Love to see it.
Love his Mario rendition. It's great.
It's a Mia. It's a Mario.
It's me, fucking Mario. I'm not fucking Mario. No, I'm Mario. Earmuffs, kids. Okay.
Yeah, earmuffs. Greatest gaming accomplishment this year. I don't know. I don't know. When I think of gaming accomplishment, I think of trophies. And then I got like quite a few trophies this year.
I've got one for you.
What's that?
You're branching out. You're playing new genres that you are normally not your thing, and you're digging them.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true, right? Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Got Final Fantasy 16 that I got
Stars.
into and loved. Yeah. All right.
You played
That's my
Cocoon?
little accomplishment. Cocoon. I still need to beat that game.
Yeah.
And I was halfway. Why did I stop? I have no idea.
No.
No, Mirage came out. Anyway, but yeah.
And
what was your?
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. What was your achievement? I'm sorry. I talked over you.
No, you didn't. MLB The Show, First in the World, other games I platted. And then you brought up the other interviews that we had, which should be in the forefront.
Fair.
Yeah. Good year for us.
Good year.
M9 Prime writes in, when it comes to Game of the Year stuff, do you feel pressure to play all the games for Game of the Year contender? Also, how much of the game do you personally need to play to make a judgment call on a game? With games like Baldur's Gate being fairly long and time running out, at what point do you feel confident about a game's chances as Game of the Year? Bonus question, do you try and play the non-PlayStation games that are nominated for Game of the Year at the Game Awards, or do you focus on PlayStation?
I focus on PlayStation first. The other games, like legitimately, I play everything. So like, it's been a while, but I dusted off the Xbox and I played Halo Firefight and I loved it. And like before that, I played Starfield because I was legitimately interested. Right? I see there's like some people on social media because now they pay you to not like stuff anymore that will like play a game and then trash it. They'll find one bug and they put it on loop or whatever. I legitimately love what Xbox puts out. They put out some great content, besides Redfall, and like they're really good stuff. Even if I've like haven't gotten incredibly deep into something like Hi-Fi Rush, I want to at least test it out and try it and see why people dig it. And I totally do. If I was into rhythm games, I'd be loving that game. So like I try to play all the games that I'm legitimately interested in. That being said, when we're thinking about games in the Game of the Year category, for example, chances are we're not going to beat Baldur's Gate by the time, the awards come out.
I'm going to give it a good old college try, though.
Going to give it a good old college try. Good old college try. But at the same exact time, we put those games in there Baldur's Gate in there because we understand the temperature in the room and the conversation in the room of how important this game is for our audience and for the internet audience out there.
Yeah.
So we'll add in a game like Baldur's Gate. Do I expect it to win or to get our vote? I don't know. I will have to play a lot of that game to find out. But for what I'm aware, it's 100-hour plus game. I don't think I got 100+ hours to dive into it, but I will say this: if I'm thoroughly enjoying 80 hours of that game, and I can make a gut call going, I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
Yeah.
Then it could theoretically get my vote, but I don't feel comfortable with that. I'd rather have played it to completion, and like for Kyle, him planning most of these games, ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's incredible. That's an achievement.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like I should be beating these games if I'm gonna, put them on Game of the Year.
Yeah, I definitely prioritize PlayStation because that's what we cover here first and foremost. And then I go from PlayStation then to indies. Obviously, 6-1 Indie. We got our own award show, Game of the Year thing coming up, so gotta catch up on a lot of indies that I missed. And then it just, whatever. Like I have a Switch. I not a Zelda person, not a Pikmin person, so outside of that, then maybe not my jam. Don't own an Xbox anymore, but that's fine. But PlayStation first and foremost, and I feel very good about our list that I put in enough time to every single thing that's nominated PlayStation wise, where I feel confident that I could talk about it at an award kind of setting.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Bertos Maximus writes in, "Hey gents, well,
and this is the last question of the night, and the last question of 2023, theoretically, right? Live question.
Was that DM a question? Are you reading that on the air or?
I don't know if I should because it's rather personal, and they didn't get back to me.
That's totally fair.
Yeah.
Hey gents, well, what a year it has been for us all. My question is around the year of PlayStation that we have had. First question is, what has been your favorite build-up to a game? My second is, what game has been the biggest letdown for you both and why? I am looking forward to celebrating the close of the year with family, and I hope you both have a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. I will be watching live tonight too, as I am off for a week. Have a good one. Yeah. Keep hunting and stay safe. Your friend from across the pond. Thank you so much, Bertos. Happy holidays and New Year to you as well.
Yes.
Biggest letdown I talked about in one of our pre-recorded episodes, so I'll keep that a secret.
Oh, okay.
Favorite build-up is interesting. Like, what is...
Yeah.
I gotta say, maybe Final Fantasy 16? Because, yeah, it's gotta be that. Because Spider-Man, I try to go media blackout as much as I can.
Right.
So I didn't really, take part in a lot of those trailers. FF16 from the demo to the preview to having... We had Steve on to talk about that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, having Steve talk to us about his time with FF16, reviewing it, and I think that was a whole lot of fun. Alan Wake, I don't think there was much of a build-up. It was just, it's coming. Be excited. Yep. Here's the date. But yeah, I think I'm going with FF16.
Yeah. And I think for me, I think it's a tie between Diablo for biggest, it's actually Diablo's both. And I know spoilers for next week's episode, Diablo 4, the build up to that, so amazing. And the fact that it freaking worked on day one, I don't think many people are applauding enough. That game was massive. It's online, and literally most of it was working day one. No problem. I experienced no problems. And then to have season 1 completely fall on its face and just nerfing all the characters, just to nerf them, that biggest letdown. But shout out to the dark horses this year. Did we think Baldur's Gate was going to be talked about? Was going to be Game of the Year? We thought Alan Wake was gonna be game of the year.
Lies of P,
right?
Yeah.
Like no, and here they are, like at the forefront. So, yeah, it's been a crazy year. A crazy year for PlayStation, for the trophy room. And I just want to thank everybody so much. If I could get a little like heart to heart with y'all, been a tough couple of weeks, man. I talked to you about it behind the scenes, but a lot of things happening. Uh, you know, losing Marty was just awful, and y'all have come in and just been amazing, and I can't express how grateful I truly am for each and every one of y'all that send us just the most amazing messages, just constantly chit chat in the Discord, keep it lively, keep it respectful. It's what I've always kind of like dreamed of my audience of being, and to see what we've created with the trophy room. It wouldn't be possible without Kyle, and it wouldn't be possible without you listening and being just stellar human beings. And as I evaluate my next steps as not a content creator. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere, but like how I interact with like the internet, the one thing is clear. Like Discord has to be our top priority, because what we're building here is just so damn special, and it's just unlike anything out there. And I'm just so incredibly thankful for this whole year, or what you guys have really, without knowing, helped me so much. So thank you. I know I'm like a broken record. I know I said something similar last week, but I truly mean it. It's been really rough, and you guys have been there. And you didn't even know. Thank you.
To echo those same sentiments, and gonna try real hard not to cry. A lot of this year,
it's been a while since we got the cry counter going, Kyle.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm tearing right now, but nothing's falling down the cheeks. Most of this year, you guys have put up with me at like some of my lowest moments, being unemployed, being let go. That was really hard. And cry counter reset. Here it is. Yeah,
days of that incident. We're back at 0.
Just think of my hot Baldur's Gate character. Just think of her.
Smoking.
It was.
But she's like a lizard person, right?
No. I changed her a little bit. Same race, just looks a little different. No, I didn't post her anywhere.
No, but I'm just seeing.
Yeah, I was at my lowest, and I tried my hardest to show up and put that to the back of my brain each and every week. And man, it'd be a lot harder to do it if it wasn't for all of y'all. So very, very appreciative.
Yeah, man, it's, as I think we've all been, right? Like, unemployment's a rough son of a gun. And, we've been talking to people behind the scenes that have like, just like you, Kyle, right? It's like, it's been months. It's demoralizing. It's rough. It's tough. And it's just like, yeah, the community's always got our back, as we've always got each other's back. We got like a beautiful message from Green Gorilla Gamer, who wrote that, like, that he's been through some pretty tough goings, and I think it's okay. He would be totally okay with me saying that it's this community that he's been able to get some genuine, friendships that are seemingly lifelong, and like that's what we're trying to build. It's those messages of like, you got us through a tough moment, you got me through this. This, seeing people like our fans react to each other on social media, I see it. It's fucking awesome. That's why we make this show, and it's so incredible to see that. Like, going all the way back to seeing like Mr. and Mrs. Nasty Boots. Like, we got them together. That's nuts. It's amazing to see. Okay, yes, there you go. Yeah, you can read the whole thing, bro. That's what I meant. Okay, all right, good. It's just, that's why we do it, for you guys. So I want to thank y'all very, very much. Kate, I will read what you wrote on the last episode that we're going to be recording because it's really beautiful. Thank you all so much for tuning in, like y'all do each and every week here at the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. But before we sign off, Kyle, is there anything you'd like to spotlight before we get on out of her?
Yeah, follow me, Mr. K Step everywhere, 61 Indie for all the indie gaming news. More importantly, when it comes to us in the new year, like what interviews do you want us to do? Who do you want us to reach out to? Because I would love to keep talking to these amazing human beings. So yeah, just let us know. There's gonna be small little revamps for Patreon, maybe that Joe and I briefly touched on. I know we're behind.
Do the D&D show. Real talk. I'm very
amped. Listen, we find somebody to run the game itself and do the story or whatever. I'm in. That's all I need. I will be there no matter what.
We would need a GM, and we would need like another person or two to keep us leveled. Because if it's just
it can't just be us two. We need to have a whole party.
Yeah. Because like, especially me. I'm a big idiot.
I'm gonna be dragging you through that whole thing.
Exactly. I'm gonna be like, and I shall unsheath my sword.
Like, Joe, you don't have to talk like that.
Nay, I must. Hitherto and jumped up.
But yeah, I know we're behind on some things, but we'll do that whole day. And also, like, Joe's gonna have to wear clown makeup in the new year, so that's exciting.
Should that be the first episode?
Should that be the Platties?
No. We gotta keep it classy.
No. I also just have to buy them and send them your way.
Yeah, imagine me putting on the clown makeup and I'm wearing a suit. Actually, that is kind of hilarious.
It's pretty great, but no, I wouldn't do that to you for the Platties.
Fair enough. Well, yes, you can find me over at Mr. Badbit on Twitter and at Mr._Badbit on Threads. Ooh, what? Branching out. You can find us over at PS Trophy Room on Instagram. What? And Threads. And at PS Trophy Room on TikTok. What? Joseph's preparing something for 2024? Who knows? Probably those things. And yeah, you can follow the show wherever you find your podcast service of choice, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, wherever you get your podcast service of choice. We are there on that platform. Please consider dropping us a 5-star review as an early Christmas present or a Hanukkah present, or Kwanzaa present. I don't even care. It's just share your 5-star review. Share the love of this show with us. We'll possibly read it out there live when we come back. And honestly, those messages, damn, they keep us going. Really mean it. It's so awesome to see people really give you the great feedback when you need it most. So thank you all so much for making 2023 one of the best years in gaming for me. And for Kyle as well, really.
Yeah.
And with all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody, keep you what's about you. Keep hunting and keep playing PlayStation. See y'all next year.
Bye-bye. Okay, we're no longer streaming.